to look to the horizon, not the cloud. But then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is to pass for eyes. You're done there, but the time it hit you, you're not surprised.
Wisdom is an interesting predicament. Just about anybody can have it. Not everybody knows how to use it, and for some people, they have a hard time obtaining it. And for those who try to give it out, a lot of people seem to have a hard time accepting it. I have been said, or I've been called I suppose, the person who calls out Phil's mishaps before they happen. I'm not necessarily sure if I'm particularly happy about that, but it kind of is what it is, I suppose. If you think about it, every detractor does that in their own way. But I don't know how my name keeps getting brought up like that. In any particular case, we were just coming off of our special investigation on Phil's taxes. And it's tax fraud. It's tax fraud. He's blatantly lying to his fan base about what he owes, because he knows what he owes. The moment he got the notification, he knows what he owes. He has a slip of paper somewhere on his table that says, Philip Burnell, you owe us this much money. It's just out and out. That's what the case is. There is no ands, ifs, or buts. This whole situation about, and it has to be possible, and it has to be possible because even if he's going through a tax attorney, for example, or his, they know what he owes, and in turn, they forward the letter over to him. So he has a physical piece of paper that says what he owes. And if you caught his video, go to Mr. Stuff's, he has it. He says, oh, they don't ever send you a notification that tells you exactly what you owe. Then in like 3 sentences later, he says they sent me a letter. They sent you a letter saying how much you owe. I know a lot of you guys caught it because we played the sound bit here, and I'm sure there's a lot of other detractors who have caught it. But you guys aren't here for that. We already know that he's a con man. It's tax fraud. Eventually it'll blow up in his face. What I wasn't expecting is what came the next day. Phil was banned off Twitch. Now, normally you would probably hear me say a bunch of I told you so's, and, you know, Phil shouldn't have put all your eggs in one basket, which Phil said he didn't. You know, he had all of his eggs in one basket with YouTube, and now he's going over to Twitch, which is the exact same thing. You just change platforms. I told you, Phil, because I know you're listening, Phil. I told you to continue to maintain YouTube because you don't know if you ever have to go back. You didn't want to listen. That's fine. You know, I don't expect you to. But then, well, now, what comes next is what comes next. Hope you're ready. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today for what will be a rather large broadcast, a rather long broadcast, but it's one that needs to be done. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to title this yet, but I'm thinking this is a title that someone had recommended me for another video, which that video is still coming, but I'm thinking of calling it GTG Presents the Banning Saga of DSP. Part 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm not sure. It'll probably just call it GTG Presents the second suspension from Twitch. Something like that. Part 2. Whatever. I don't know. I'll work out something. But that's what we're here for. Now, let's try to go ahead and try to establish somewhat of a timeline on when that happened. Now, if I remember correctly, Phil was banned on Thursday the 29th, somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock. If I might have the times a little bit off. How did this happen? How did that scenario play out? I'm going to have some sound bites for you throughout the video, which will be rather convenient. And then we'll actually go into... I will also have a video package set up for you, which will go over what Phil did, what Phil looked like, and how baffled he was coming back to YouTube and streaming. And then we will go over to close out this video, to close out this report, this broadcast, his 50-minute long, I didn't do anything, I don't understand why no one told me anything, I was wrong, Twitch was in the right, I hope I don't have to stay here forever, Connecticut taxes, I'm so nervous. That's essentially how this is all going to go. It's going to be a long video, but I hope it brings the story together in a as concise as possible. Where do we start? Well, start from the beginning. So, Phil's having one of his usual streams, probably, dishing out the ban hammer rather liberally, and someone comes into his chat and says that there's like a 90 to 90+% chance that Phil won't finish his playthrough. Phil sees it, goes into quite an interesting tantrum, and bans the guy. Now, as he's banning the guy, Phil decides to go ahead and look over his avatar. Phil says it's this miraculous thing, like, oh, this 1 in a million chance that I would have gone over and looked at it. But Phil goes over his avatar, sees what he looks like, and then proceeds for about 30 seconds or so bashing this person on his physical looks. Now, that's what happened. That happened. Now, keep in mind, that didn't happen, if I remember correctly, on that Thursday. Or maybe it did. I don't know I'm not sure if that actually happened the day he got banned. I think that actually happened a couple of days prior to that. It just happened that Thursday he ends up getting hit. So that was a situation that led Phil to be banned. Or people like calling him Dave. I'm just going to call him Phil. He ends up insulting somebody on one of his live streams. He bans him, then decides to talk shit about him as he bans him, which is what Phil does. A couple days later, Phil gets hit. Now, Phil gets hit right in the middle of his stream. As if any of you who have watched Twitch for any amount of time, if you guys go on YouTube and watch Twitch fails, this, that, and the third, people get banned in the middle of their broadcasts all the time. Actually, it happens more times than any. When someone's banned off Twitch, it'll be usually during one of their broadcasts. They don't have to give you any notification. They don't have to do any of that. Once you're banned, you're banned. Then the email notification will come. Now, it is, in what research I did, it is debatable on will you get the notification before you're banned or after. It's hard to say. The window of it kind of varies a little bit. I could say that for sure. That's not one of the most consistent things that happens. Whether you're going to get an email notification, hey, you're being banned, or afterwards, hey, you were banned and this was why. Any which way, Twitch is just going to take you down. Period. And that's what happened to Phil. Phil gets banned. Phil goes into panic mode on Twitter, and then goes into essentially the rigmarole over. I have to get a hold of my contact. I don't understand what's going on. I'm scared, nervous, so on and so forth. Is this anything particularly new? No. Was this unfounded? Was this something that is a surprise to anybody? No. Not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a particular situation that happened just about a month, maybe even just over a month, since the last suspension. Phil was going to get hit regardless. There are going to be people on Twitch who are going to monitor what Phil's doing rather closely, as you would do for anybody else. That would be standard operating procedure. Phil thinks because he has that little contact over there, if that's even true, that he's not as vulnerable. And he found out that he's wrong. When we found out about the new TOSs, and when Phil said, oh, those TOSs for Twitch doesn't bother me, I understand what the rules were, I had said that no, he didn't. And I told you that he would end up breaking those rules in some way, shape, or form. If bigger Twitch streamers were looking at the TOS and being like, well, damn, I'm going to have to really be on my P's and Q's. What the hell did you think Mr. Brunel was going to have to do? And I'm talking about Twitch streamers who are in the 50, 60, 70, 80,000 subscriber marks. Phil is barely holding on to 450. So there you go. And I also said within that TOS that they would monitor what you're doing on Twitter as well. As I said, people will slip through the cracks, and that's what Phil did for a little while. But eventually he got caught. That's why he probably wasn't banned the night that he ended up insulting that person. That's why they ended up catching him probably a few days later. Now, him being banned itself. He was banned because he made fun of somebody else's physical appearance, which I believe that was something in the TOS talking about attacking other people or harassing other people. That's the actual official charge that he was hit with for his suspension. Especially upon physical looks and whatnot, it's Twitch. A lot of people show who they are. So, yet again, Phil talked out of his neck hole without thinking, and he got hit. Now, there's a little bit of a debate on whether it was stupid for him to get hit for that, or was it just? It doesn't really matter either which way. He got hit. And Twitch is a business. And Twitch isn't going to allow stuff like this to happen. Now, keep in mind, as I said earlier, or just a second ago, people are going to slip through the cracks. But eventually, they'll get hit. Like I said, you can go to, is it Twitch highlights on YouTube? And whatnot. And they do like a weekly report on Twitch and people who get banned and some of the shit they get banned. People get banned for the dumbest shit on Twitch, to be honest. But Twitch is trying to get in and kind of fill the void, at least from an advertising standpoint, that YouTube basically dropped the ball on. And someone like Logan Paul, who's going over there now, will fuck it up over there just like he fucked it up for YouTube. It's what he does. But that's neither here nor there. But, interestingly enough, let's talk about some of the things that should have happened to Phil and should have had him banned before this. One, the threatening to smack up that 11-year-old girl someone should have looked at that. The blatant abuse of his own fan base, as well as all the excessive begging and this, that, and the third. That seems like a bit much, even though some people feel that, him holding fundraisers should be it should be within his boundary. Yet again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Seems a bit egregious, but it is what it is. I guess if Twitch gets their cut, then who's to care? But let's talk about something that actually happened with one of the Logan brothers that I'm surprised he didn't get hit for, which is a very interesting situation. I'll try to find that soundbite if I can, but I haven't been able to find it yet. I think it was Logan Paul actually had gone skydiving recently. And if any of you have gone skydiving or known people who have gone skydiving, I wouldn't say it happens all the time because that's not the case, but it does happen. His initial parachute, his main parachute, didn't deploy. But his second one, his emergency one, did. Thank God for that. Now, despite what you think of Logan Paul or Jake Paul or the Paul brothers in general, they're human beings. You may not like who they are, you may not care who they are, and so on and so forth. You may just not watch any of their content, you may not give a shit about the fucking underage fan base that's fucking stalking them, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, both of them are human beings. And, as Phil once said, they have the right to live. They have the right to exist. And, in truth, if it was his time, it would have been his time, but it wasn't. Anyway, his parachute failed to deploy, at least his main one, but his secondary chute did deploy. From what I was told, he was a bit shooken up, as anybody would, but he's alive. Phil ends up catching wind of this and decides to go into, I can't say it's a low point, because Phil's had a bunch of low points, but he decided to go ahead and be like, well, it looks the old Phil, if this was old Phil and he had heard that situation, he would have said that we might have gotten an early gift this year. Okay, here's the thing. Phil, no one has wished death upon you. At least that I know of. I don't think that. Now, if you want my personal opinion, I think in a lot of ways you're a disappointment on so many levels I couldn't count. I would I would I would I would like to have a couple minutes to speak to your parents just to kind of hear what they think about you. But in my heart of hearts, I feel like your mother would break down, and the disappointment on your father's face, I probably just wouldn't want to see. I think that would be enough. I think that is more powerful than any words they could ever tell me. As for you yourself, especially the looks that you had when you were back on YouTube and during that ban, you already look broken. You already look beaten. But even then, you, by just the laws of existing, you deserve the right to draw breath. I would never wish a car accident on you, or I wouldn't wish anything on you that could physically take you out. Though I don't think you contribute much to society, if anything, I don't think that the ending of your life does anything either. I just don't, it's just not it. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna fall apart. You're just gonna fall apart slow. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna grow decrepit, and it's gonna end painfully for you at the end. And I don't think you realize that, but it will. Because for people like you, that's usually what happens. But at the same time, though, I don't wish death upon you, because there is no coming back from that. I just don't. And no one does, not that I know of. It's not that serious. You've done some terrible, horrible things as a person. But to wish death upon you is way, way beyond. But then you have the nerve to make a joke about a man possibly dying. Because of what? Because of your shitty little platform that we're all on? Because you thought YouTube was built for you and was made for you, and was supposed to cater to you and take care of you? And then you have the nerve to run around here talking about you're a man and you're trying to do what you have to do for your responsibilities? When you can't even handle your little YouTube channel right? Your Twitch channel's failing? Everything you touch turns to shit? Every person that you come in contact with leaves losing a piece of themselves that they'll never end up regaining back? And you somehow think it was funny to go ahead and come up with the fictional scenario of someone possibly dying? Interesting. Very interesting. With that being said, and I guess I will end it off on that, we're going to start going ahead into the video segment. The video segment of Phil being banned and how he basically rolls with it. Now, I'm sure, at least up to at the time that I'm recording this, he's supposed to be back on Sunday afternoon sometime. Now, I'd like to point out that Sunday is Easter and April 1st, if I remember correctly. It's funny how no one talks about that, but whatever. Yeah. Easter and April Fool's fall on that same day. That's rather bizarre. Anyway, so if I had to guess, more than likely, they'll either push his suspension back one more day, or they'll push it forward a day, being that it is a holiday. I know most of you would think, oh, it's Twitch, GTG, why would they care? I just want to try to hit angles with you. To be honest, it is a holiday. So there might not, I don't know if it's an automated system that actually bans you or unbans you. I wouldn't think so. I would think it'd have to be someone, behind the scenes. So he may catch a break, he may not. Jesus may walk with him that day. But we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity with this opening report. And let's get into what's about to come next. I'll jump back in later on in this video. But hopefully I've given you guys a little bit of food for thought. Hopefully, Phil, you've learned something out of this. I doubt it. And as the video goes on, Phil, I will continue to go ahead and exploit what I think are your weaknesses. And sadly, you will fall into some of the traps. You will fall for some of the traps, problems, and or situations that people have been trying to help you avoid. It's inevitable. It just is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. Let's go ahead and get into this work.
By the way, the hilarious part was the idiot actually had his picture as his avatar here on Twitch. He's an overweight, disgusting looking guy with a blue dyed beard. He's a complete fucking idiot. If you're going to be an idiot in someone's stream chat, at least don't show what you look like in real life, especially if you look like a complete moron. Like, hide that from the internet so we can't also make fun of you afterward. All right. Testing. Oh my God. Mute this. Can everyone see me? I have no idea what's going on. I haven't used YouTube streaming in like over 2 years. Well, a year and a half. I don't even know how to make chat bigger or anything. Is there a way to maybe make chat pop out so I could see it better here? I have no idea. All right, is the stream working? Is everything working? The problem is I can't really see. Oh my God. Hold on. Blue blur. I'm going to make you a moderator. All right. This is going to be a mess. I know YouTube chat is terrible, man. YouTube chat is absolutely terrible. It is working. All right, people are saying it's working. What I need to figure out is how do I get stream chat bigger on YouTube? This is like ridiculous at this point. It's like, I have no idea how to use this. How on earth does this work? I'm looking at it right now trying to figure it out. Pop out chat. I found it. Pop out chat. Let's see if this works. Oh my God, dude, the chat's like almost unviewable. because it has this weird animation when people chat. It like moves up instead of just going but like normal chat on Twitch. It's like moves in this weird strobing movement. Oh my god. This is really weird. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't think there's anything you could do to change that either. I think it's just the way that YouTube chat is very weird. Someone says I'm echoing. Am I echoing? Is that true? Am I echoing here? Well, no one's answering if I'm echoing or not. I know the chat's horrendous on YouTube. That's why I hate using YouTube for streaming. I really do. The chat is terrible. There's no echo? All right, whoever said that didn't know what they were talking about then. Okay. So how the hell do I link to people so they know that I'm here? Crap, now I lost the I lost the stream chat. There it is. I clicked off and I went to click back. It was gone. There it is. Oh my god. By the way, I know what happened. I found out what happened. It's the stupidest thing ever. It really is the absolute stupidest thing ever. And in my opinion, it's bullshit. But I guess now we all have to be complete pussyfooting people when it comes to Twitch. Like, you literally cannot say or do anything that you mean when you're on Twitch at all, ever again. If, you know, people are going to continue using Twitch, which I think is ridiculously stupid. But I can tell you guys in a moment. I'm just trying to see if this works. And also I'm trying to figure out, by the way, Steven Slater apparently just sent me $5. Thank you. I don't know how that works. How does this work? I don't know how any of this works. Anything on YouTube. Because now, remember, YouTube has now upgraded. They're trying to become Twitch. So now you have super chat and stuff. And I enabled it, but I have no clue how it works at all. Your boy Bob just apparently gave me £2. I don't know how this works. Thank you. Oh, there's a donation button? I didn't even know that. I had no idea. I really, really hope I don't have to stay on YouTube permanently. That would suck, man. Seriously. Ugh. There's a $sign in the chat box. Yeah, that's supposed to be super chat. But I don't understand how it works. Like, that doesn't go... That's not like PayPal. You know what I mean? So, I I'm so confused on how this is going to work. There's not a spider on my head. That's my horrible hair. That's my absolutely horrible hairdo. Because, keep in mind, my hair's all screwed up because I was wearing headphones because I was streaming earlier. I don't even know what I do to link to tell people that I'm live. I don't even know how do I link this so people know to come join me so I can explain what's going on. I am scratching my head right now because I don't know. Do you guys... Wait a minute. Does this show up on my main Dspgaming page? Let me see something. Crap. I think I have to view it in another browser. There, it says live now. I see. So if I click on this, so what if I copy link location? Let's see what happens here. Maybe this is how you do it. I have no idea, dude. I'm completely in the dark. I just tweeted. Let's see if this works. I think this is... I just tweeted to the live stream, but I have no idea. I don't even know how to get the link anymore. I've been out of the loop for so long on YouTube streaming, you know. A lot's changed in the last year and a half, supposedly. Infamous Dude said he was watching one of my videos when he saw this pop up and then he checked it out. I'm not recording or anything, by the way. People are like, oh, this won't get edited out. I'm not recording at all. I'm not recording anything at all. So, I'm trying to get the stream working just to see how it works. Alright, Shiro Akiyama gave me £2 and said traps aren't gay. I have no idea how this works. I also want to figure out how to link to my Muxy page for tipping, because now obviously you can't get the tips link anymore from Twitch. It's gone. Let me see here. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know how to do it. Here it is. I got it. YouTube live streaming has gotten better in the past year. Oof. I don't know about that. Already I'm looking at this and it looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. Okay. So it worked. I was able to put the link there, and I think it still works. Let me get my Muxy up, because in case anyone tips me, I want to be able to read it and give a thank you. Oh, brother. Alright, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I know the stream's live. I'm going to turn the stream off for a few minutes. I'm about to talk to someone at Twitch to find out what exactly is going on. Alright. Jesus. To find out what exactly is going on. And When I get some answers, now that I know the stream works, I'm going to start the stream back up. Because right now I want to get the answers from the horse's mouth. I'm about to be on a call with them right now to figure it out. And then I'll let you guys know, all right? So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be right back. Let me turn it. Now I gotta figure out how do I turn this off. How do I turn it off? I think I click stop streaming. Oh my god. It's so confusing. I think I click stop streaming. Oh wait, this isn't even the mic I'm gonna be using. Fuck. Maybe I gotta edit video? Dude, I'm so confused. I clicked edit video. Dude, it's so weird on YouTube. Live control room, is this how I stop it? I haven't done this in so long, I have no idea what's happening. Okay, stop streaming, here it is. Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna talk to Twitch. I'm gonna come back and let everyone know what's going on. I'll be back.
1 hour later, 2 hours later.
So what I've actually been told is that moving forward, probably sometime in April, Twitch wants to sit down with me to seriously discuss this situation and try to work with me as a case study of how they can design solutions around negative, toxic behavior.
All right, ladies
on
and gentlemen,
Twitch.
welcome back to our continuous coverage of the second Twitch suspension. We're here with Mr. Stuff's Dspgaming second Twitch ban stream, I should say. Harassment. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be it's a pretty long video already up to this point. I'm just going to try the best I can not to drag it on too long, because this is really something for us to kind of just pay attention to, hear him out, and try to get the inconsistencies. I'd like to think that for a lot of you who've been with the network for a long time, or who's been watching the channel for a long time, you know that I try as hard as I can to get the details. At the same time, I'm someone who has advocated for you to definitely watch other detractor channels, definitely absorb as much as you can out of what they say to help put the picture together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm only part of the canvas in a lot of ways. And there's a bunch of painters, so you have to kind of bring them all together to get the picture. I just try to do the best I can with what a little time that I have with you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News, always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. It's time to watch me work.
Okay, testing. Can anybody hear me? Can anyone actually hear me on stream now? Can you guys hear me? Yes, now you can hear me. All right, that's about 20 seconds. A 20-second delay. That's not too bad, I guess. It's still not good. It's just not horrendously bad. Okay. All right. So guys, I don't know how long the stream's gonna go. This is gonna be me literally explaining to you guys the situation factually. All right. I am not going to at all be giving you opinions. This is going to be a factual video. I will only speak in facts. That's it. By the way, I have to sneak.
It's funny how he said he was just going to give you guys the facts and then laugh afterwards. It's kind of like someone who says, I'm not going to lie to you, and then they chuckle to themselves afterwards. Just something to think about.
Sneeze. Really badly. And it's coming up, and I'm about to sneeze any second. I feel like I'm going to sneeze right into the mic. Alright, hold on, guys. Give me a second here. I think I'm going to blow my nose so I don't sneeze crazily here. Hold on. Alright, let me mute the mic. blow my nose quickly, then I'll start recording, and then we'll get started. Alright, hold on.
Riveting, I have to tell you.
Okay, everybody. Blew my nose. We're ready to go. I'm actually going to get stream chat up here. All right. Blue Blur, there is no slow mode in YouTube stream chat. All you can do is make it so people can only talk once every 60 seconds, which I think I did. But there is no actual slow mode in YouTube stream chat. It is garbage. It is literal garbage. Which is why I don't use it. Quite frankly. It is terrible.
You're going to have to get used to it eventually, though. Like I said, it is what it is on that. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, at this particular point, it's going to be a... this is probably going to be a short stay for him, but he'll be back. Please believe he will be back. He's not... He's already had his taste of suspension, and he caught it again. Phil will forget this moment in a few days after his suspension is lifted. Now the real question is, at this point of me recording this, when he's off suspension, will he jump back on Twitch immediately, or will he give himself another day or so before he jumps back on? So, like, for example, at this moment in time, I keep saying that because it's amazing the information that keeps popping up. You'll see that throughout the video with tweets and so on and so forth. His suspension is supposed to be lifted on the 1st, which is April 1st, which is also Easter Sunday. If, for example, if they don't lift the suspension until Monday, it would be probably in his best interest to wait till Tuesday to stream. If his suspension is lifted Saturday, then maybe he should wait till Sunday. Maybe he should even wait till Monday to stream, in my own personal opinion. But my guess is he won't. He'll jump back on immediately. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I would also expect to see a video from him saying this is what the situation is and so on and so forth. But he might not do that because he's not going to want to bash Twitch. You know, he doesn't want to bash his new overlords. And he probably is going to say, oh, I don't want to feed the detractors. So we'll just catch it off his streams. Absolutely riveting.
All right.
It's like he never left.
You guys ready?
It's really like he never left.
The bottom line is, guys, I'm not really going to moderate stream chat. I don't care about stream chat at all.
Only because he can't control it.
Alright, I don't. And I'm going to pretty much be ignoring it. The only thing I'm going to do is maybe put a link or two into stream chat during the course of this stream. Alright?
And see, the funny thing is, right, is stream chat was what ended up getting him banned the second time. The time that we're at currently. I guarantee you, in some way, it's going to be his downfall in the end. He's not man enough. He doesn't have enough character. He doesn't have enough doesn't have enough self-worth really to ignore the stream chat. His worth, his opinion of himself, what other people think of him, everything that makes Phil Burnell is linked to his stream chat, whether on YouTube or Twitch. It is what it is. That is what makes him. Just like Wings of Redemption in a lot of ways. It is what it is. He can't just look at it and then ignore it. He has to be enveloped by it, which is what got him in trouble this time. It will get him in trouble the last time. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And his gameplay proves that. That's why views are garbage. That's why, you know what I'm saying, his views on Twitch aren't so great. Unless drama's popping up, the stream chat is what holds him. It's what he's bound to. Just like the comment section for YouTube. He used to be handcuffed to that. He's chained to his Twitch chat now. And when he gets kicked off Twitch and comes back to YouTube, guess what? He'll be chained to that too. So, get comfortable, Phil. Get comfortable.
And that's about it. I don't really care about stream chat at all. I probably will not be reading it. It's unreadable at this point anyway. I'm looking at it right now. It's completely unreadable. There's no way whatsoever I could make heads or tails of what's being said in stream chat. It's just out of control. So there's really no reason to bother with it. It's just god-awful. It's really bad.
And that's my proof right there. Because he can't regulate it, because he can't see every little thing that's said, then he's saying he's going to ignore it, but he won't. He'll just try to focus on names and see what he can make out of it.
All right. Also, to clarify, the purpose of me being here right now is to just notify you of what is going on and to let you know what I'll be doing for the next few days, how I'll be going about, my life and stuff, where you can still watch ongoing video game playthroughs and the like, and basically let you know when I'll be back to Twitch streaming and how you can help. That's the purpose of the stream. This is not a stream where I'm doing any kind of gameplay or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, it's not. There's no gameplay, no business to be had here. This is just an informative stream to let you know what's going on, period. That's it. Okay? It's just going to cover facts, so you guys know what's happening. And yes, this will be a video that will go live on Dspgaming as soon as I'm done here recording it. And then I'm going to get to uploading gameplay from today, because I have several hours of gameplay from today I didn't upload yet. So I'll get that going. Okay? Alright, so I'm actually going to minimize the stream chat because there's no point in even having it open. It's out of control.
Here, let me cut in real fast before he starts talking. It's funny the amount of videos he had basically stocked up. Gameplay, matches from Street Fighter, all this, that, and the third. He had so much, in fact, that this ban kind of screwed him a little bit because he had to use that over those. He's using that currently, I should say. And he said his plan is to use it throughout his suspension. So, if that's the case, what were you really saving all that gameplay for, Phil? You have games that you're currently playing, and you say you're enjoying. Haven't rage quit any of them yet. So, did you and Kat have something coming up soon? Maybe a vacation after the tax season? What was it that you had all those videos stocked up for? And he's been talking about having videos racked up for a couple days now, prior to today, or to the day I'm recording this, as it pertains to his suspension. So it makes you wonder exactly what was he planning on doing with all these videos. If on all the days he was planning on streaming, he was going to just toss all that up on YouTube anyway. Makes you think. Just saying.
I'm going to bring this up so here I am in all my terrible resolution glory here in my office. A camera that's blurry. Look at the side over here. It's blurry as hell. I'm over here. Alright, is everyone ready? Here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Darkside Phil, and today is Thursday, March 29th, 2018. I'm making this video solely for the purposes of information. Alright, I want you guys to know what is going on for the next few days so people are not in the loop, so there's no misinformation about what happened, so that people aren't in the dark and you know when exactly to expect me back. For example, live streaming on Twitch. When will I be back there? What will happen in the interim of the couple days that I won't be live streaming on Twitch? I want to clarify everything for everyone so you know this entire situation, what is going on. Alright? So, today, I was live streaming on Twitch like I always do. I was live streaming Far Cry 5. I'd actually gone on break, came back from my break, which was roughly, I want to say, around 3 p.m. Pacific time, give or take probably a few minutes here or there. So that, I don't know exactly the exact time when I had come back from break or whatever, but I come back from break, I was on this mission, which was a pretty crazy mission. You had to go get bull's testicles. I know, ridiculous, right? Of all the times for this to happen, I'm collecting bull testicles during a video game stream. So anyway, I'm off minding my own business collecting bull testicles. And as I'm doing this, all of a sudden I notice that the signal, the quality feedback signal in my streaming software goes to yellow. Now normally, if I'm having an issue with my internet, or there's a blip in the internet and the stream is having issues, what'll happen is it'll go to red, or it'll fluctuate red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green. Basically what that's telling me is the quality of the stream is going up and down and up and down, and it's fluctuating. Or for example, a couple years ago I was DDoS attacked a few times. It would just go red, drops out, no internet at all. It went yellow. And when it was yellow, but it says I wasn't broadcasting, I knew something was up, because I've never seen that happen before in the entire time I've streamed ever on the internet, since I started in 20...
Actually, real quick, as it pertains to the DDoS attacking, happened a couple years ago, at least that's what he says. Almighty Tevin made a video on that, I remember distinctly, and he said that it's possible that he said he was being DDoS attacked, for like 4 or 5 straight days. Almighty Tevin came to the conclusion that he might have, if he was actually attacked, he was attacked that first day, and that was it. The other days, Phil went ahead and rode that out, asking for sympathy, while, who does he have? I think he has Comcast. Comcast came out and actually finished the rest of it up, which Phil sort of admitted later on. Sort of. So that's really what happened there. I'm not saying that he didn't get attacked. He probably did that first night, but the 3 or 4 nights afterwards, it was really that his internet was really shitty in the area. If I remember correctly, the internet was down for a lot of people in that area, and it took a little while for Comcast to get it back up. So, just to give you a little bit of background.
2013, I never saw it just go yellow, but not stream. So I knew something was weird and something was up. So I was trying to figure it out. I stopped recording my video for YouTube, stopped recording it, and said, all right, let's figure out what the hell's going on. So I was looking at my streaming software. I was like, nothing, everything looks good. My internet, testing my other internet. My internet looked fine, and my stream chat was still going. Now, the thing is, my stream chat on my laptop, which I have in front of me when I live stream over here, is connected to a completely different internet than the internet that I have for the live streaming, quality broadcasting out. So, that's I have 2 modems. I have a downstairs internet and an upstairs internet. The upstairs internet's the very fast one, business class for live streaming. The other one is just normal internet for just stuff around the house, so that way they don't conflict with each other or anything.
Sounds like a waste of money to me, but whatever.
So I knew when my stream chat kept moving, but my stream died. I was like, it's not that the internet cut out in the house, the stream chat's still moving, right? So I'm still trying to figure this out. I come back over to...
Actually, one thing real fast, now that I think about it. So we've established that, we already knew this, that he had 2 different types of internet. He has the basic internet downstairs. He has the business class upstairs. Yet he wanted to have Kat on Wi-Fi for all of her stuff because he was afraid that was going to interfere with his stuff, which is absolutely stupid. And then on top of that, if that's the case, let's say that was really the case, why doesn't Kat just use the internet downstairs? Why don't they move her workstation or her, her gaming setup, I should say, downstairs, and she could just stream down there? That could be an option too. I mean, granted, she has a job, so she's going to be working anyway, but then again, at least you don't, if she does ever decide to stream or record, at least they don't have to hear all his grunts and snorting and everything in her room, you know what I mean? Because I'm guessing that stuff echoes. I would guess. Even with his shitty sound foam setup, the way he has it all set up is just dumb. It's really dumb. Anyway, just a thought.
To the laptop, and all of a sudden, a message pops up and appears in my stream chat. This account has been suspended from Twitch. What? Now wait a minute. Pick up my phone, open it up, start looking. There's nothing. There's no notification whatsoever from Twitch explaining anything. It's just, I guess I'm suspended. I don't know what's going on. I have no notification whatsoever of what's happening. And I'm like, now what do I do? I can't tell anyone what's going on because I have no clue. I've got no information. I'm dead in the water. So I basically sat here for about 5-10 minutes waiting, seeing if an email was going to come through or what was going to happen. I got nothing. Finally, an automated email refreshed. It was probably, I'd say, about 10-15 minutes it took. Finally, an automated email popped up and said, attention Dspgaming, actually, you know what? Hey, why not just read you the actual email, right? It's the generic form letter email, so it didn't have any useful information in it whatsoever. But it said, based on a review of community reports and your activity or content, so very generic,
We have issued a community guideline strike for your account. Reason, harassment. An indefinite suspension from accessing or using Twitch services. Content determined to have related to this violation may be removed, blah, blah, blah. It's the same form letter that I got a month ago, all right, when I had been temporarily suspended for something that had happened. So, same form letter, only this time saying harassment. Now, I'm thinking, what on earth are they going to come up with, right, in regards to harassment? I haven't gotten into any arguments outright with anyone on stream. Certainly, I've tried to step away. A lot of people have been...
Yeah, it doesn't really count when you ban them first, then talk shit afterwards. Yeah, just like how you ran through that portal and then talk that shit about that little girl. Same concept, right, Phil?
Recently trying to catch me. They'll do a cheer and they'll say, what do you think of this YouTuber making a negative video about you or this? And I basically have very much stayed away from the situations of addressing any of that stuff. Because I knew I didn't want to get involved in it, and I knew, especially with the new Twitch terms of service, all right, that there was a strong chance that anything that I said or did in regards to that could be considered harassment. You know, I think a lot of us are on the fence, but we don't even know what's allowed by Twitch, what isn't allowed by Twitch because of these new terms of service that have come out, right? I think a lot of us are very confused about what is allowed on Twitch and what isn't, because they have these generalized terms of service that they came out with, but we haven't seen any concrete cases of stuff actually happening yet on Twitch, happening and saying, this person got suspended for doing this or this, and that was because of the new changes in the terms of service. So I'm looking at...
Why would you need to wait for someone else to get suspended first before that happens? Second, you do have the terms of service. Why don't you read it and just read between the lines? Use some self-judgment. Third, and most importantly, at least in some cases, you actually have a point of contact at Twitch. You can contact them at any time, or him or her, and be like, hey, could you explain this to me a little bit more? There's nothing wrong with not knowing what you're talking about. Like, for example, Phil, because, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm on my high horse. People are asking me to open a Discord. I don't really know shit about Discord, but I'm going to open one. Actually, I already did. So now I have some questions. So guess what? Same thing with Twitch. I just opened up a Twitch also. So I'm going to end up hitting up, well, there's a couple of people on Twitter I can definitely talk to, but let me throw out, like, Almighty Tevin. I'll probably end up definitely hitting him up first, as well as a couple other people, and ask him some questions and whatnot. And I have no shame in that because I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I can go online and I can read up on it, which is what we're going to do here. But if there's still something that I don't get, then the best thing to do is ask someone who knows. You, on the other hand, have an actual point of contact. You have somebody over at Twitch who came through for you after your first suspension. So now you can directly ask that person to elaborate on the stuff that you may not understand. But you won't do that, will you, Phil? You'll wait until you get in trouble to do it. And then you have this dumbass idea of waiting until people get in trouble first and then come to the realization, oh, well, so that's what they end up getting banned for, so that's what not to do. Are you an idiot? That's stupid. That's stupid as shit. That right there goes back to this whole little nonsense you like talking about taking situations out of context. Just because the person got banned for such and such, you don't know what the whole situation is. So that right there, what they actually got banned for, or at least what is publicly said, is just one part of what could have been the actual situation itself. The whole situation. The whole scenario of why they got banned. So it's funny, ladies and gentlemen, how this man has all these resources and won't use them until he gets banned. Wanting to sit back and wait for other people to get in trouble first. It's just like that zombie go boom thing. One of you guys asked me on Twitter would I do a video. I did. I'll post it up sometime in the week, because this video won't go up till Monday. Monday. That'd be April 2nd. So he has all these resources around him, and he won't do anything. It's just, yet again, it's like zombie go boom. He's gonna sit back and chill, and waiting for other people to kind of mess up before he poses questions, before he adds his concerns. It's stupid. It's stupidity for stupidity's sake in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? And it's very obvious that he can't regulate himself, so he's gonna wait and let someone else do it for him. What kind of man are you? I mean, just take some fucking responsibility.
This, and I'm like, I literally have no idea what this could be. I have no clue. Because even the last thing that I can think of, if you guys remember...
and, real fast, he shits on people on such a regular basis that he doesn't even remember you guys. he bans people so quickly that he doesn't even remember them. So now this dumbass right here ends up getting hit with this ban for shitting on somebody that he doesn't even remember. Think about that for a minute. That's how, and this man right here keeps talking about this whole positivity and all this growth and shit. Yet he got banned for a situation he don't even remember. Not that I expect you to remember every little thing that you do. That, that's kind of hard for most people. But you do this for a living. So you telling me that you didn't bash somebody going into a more personal realm and you couldn't remember doing it at all? So, but you're so quick to remember what a detractor says? Or some troll shit in your fucking comment section? Okay.
Over a month ago, right? I did a stream where I played VR chat, and there was a kid who was insulting me, and I made an off-the-cuff joke, not directly at that kid, but in general about a hypothetical kid who I would...
What kind of pathetic shit is that? Wait a second. I made a hypothetical joke about a hypothetical child if they said... What? Stop. Stop. You're pathetic. This is starting to sound really petty at this point. This kid, which is a kid, said some shit to you that you didn't like. They were right. But said some shit to you didn't like. I get it. You walked through your portal because you didn't call them out right then and there. You just said, that was rude of you. You walked through your portal, and then you said, it's a good thing that that kid didn't catch me like that in real life because I had to backhand the shit out of them. That's what you said. There was no hypothetical. Jesus Christ. Got 11-year-olds out here, got you shook up. Jesus Christ, Phil. Phil, just go ahead and run that juice box, man. Really. Or that what is that other thing that you're drinking that's slowly killing you? That Mountain Dew Kickstarter. Run that shit, Phil. These 11-year-olds got you. Dead to rights. Just go ahead and run all of your little snacks.
Slap if they talked to me like that disrespectfully. But I did that before the new Twitch terms of service came into effect. So they couldn't retroactively say, oh, we got you now because we changed the terms, but you said this before the terms changed. It couldn't even be that. Something.
Well, if it was hypothetical and it was just a joke and it wasn't that big of a deal anyway, then what would you care if it was before or after the TOS? You didn't mean no harm by it. You said it was hypothetical, did you not? So why would that even matter if it was before or after the terms of service? Right, Phil? I'm just saying, if you're gonna say stupid shit, just saying, if it was just a joke and you can't get banned for it, then who cares whether it was before or after the TOS? Unless you know what you said was blatantly messed up, and you knew that you had a little bit of time before the new terms of service came into play, and that's what made you think you could go ruckshot. I don't know. The way that was worded would make one think that, or they could think that. Just saying.
And what in the holy hell could they have said I harassed someone on one of my streams recently? I was like completely dumbfounded by this. So, you guys may not realize this, but I told you last month when I had this issue with the previous suspension that had nothing to do with this issue whatsoever, by the way, that I had a direct point of contact with Twitch. Now, it really confused me because he told me that if there were situations where stuff like this happened, he would directly contact me to discuss it, and I had no information from this guy. Nothing, just an automated notice with no additional information of what happened. So I'm like, huh? So, obviously I couldn't stream. I needed to get to the bottom of what the heck was going on here. And I wrote the guy an email asking what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's the part I forgot to mention. As it pertains to Twitch suspensions, if any of you guys have ever watched a Twitch stream, you at one time or another, depending on who you're watching, you see those compilations that I had spoken about earlier, people get banned all the time. And it's almost always midstream. You know what I'm saying? It's very few times that I think I've ever watched someone pull some silly shit off, unless it was late night. And even then, they're really good at catching you after like 1 or 2 a.m. That the person signs off and then they get hit with the ban. They hit you the moment they get the notification that you're banned. It's it. There is no notification. They don't owe you shit before or after the ban. Now, like I said, you might get lucky enough to actually catch the email, but most streamers wouldn't see it anyway. You know what I mean? And you're most definitely going to catch it afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you will get the notification. What I'm saying is that they're not obligated to send you a notification first, or shoot you a text message, or whatever the case may be, and whatnot. Like, hey Phil, we're gonna end up having to shut you down in about 10 minutes so you can let everybody know. No, you're not special. You're not some delicate fucking snowflake, and they're just gonna go ahead and do whatever they can to make sure you don't melt. It doesn't work that way, Phil. That's not how real life works. And if it does, it's not for you. You're certainly not in the top 1%, not even in the top 5% of Twitch's upper echelon. They might actually catch that lenience, or be given that privilege, or extended that. You're not. You're another guppy. You're just another guppy in a pond and whatnot. And I say that because obviously Twitch is kind of broken up into all these different little factions and shit. Believe it or not, if you guys follow Twitch within the game community and whatnot, in between and within each game in general, like Street Fighter V, you have an upper echelon of Street Fighter V streamers, and then you got mid tier, low tier, and then everybody's starting off. If you look at Twitch like that, it gives you a better understanding on how the hierarchy works. And Phil is, like I said, he's down at the bottom. He's still in guppy status. It is what it is. They don't have to extend him any type of courtesy. He takes whatever they give him. Or give him, sorry.
Please let me know. Incidentally, he responded immediately and said, Phil, actually, this is kind of a situation that shouldn't have gone like this. I was actually writing you right now the notice to let you know what's happening. And you were supposed to get that first, so you would know what was going on, so you would know that your stream was going to go offline, so you could notify your viewers so they would know what was going on. Not that all of a sudden your stream just went and turned off. That was a mistake. What I'm going to do is call you. Okay. So in the meantime, if the call hadn't happened yet, I said, you know what? I haven't done anything in regards to YouTube streaming or anything in a long time. So I turned on just a demo YouTube stream just to see what the heck it was. I don't even know how to do it right. I still don't even know if the stream is working properly. It might not be. I haven't done YouTube streaming in a year and a half. I certainly haven't done anything in regards to running ads or anything on YouTube streams or anything. Anyway, and I wouldn't. I have a partnership agreement right now with Twitch, so I wouldn't be running ads or anything over here anyway on a stream.
There we go, putting all your eggs in one basket. Yet again, this just goes back to something I had said. He needs to try to keep up with his YouTube, because you never know when you have to go back. And it's not just with his channel as it pertains to videos and some of the activities he was doing over there. This is his job, by the way. He needs to do that with streaming too. Because guess what? If he's kicked off Twitch, he has to come back to YouTube. So whatever changes are being made, he needs to try to be up to date with it to at least have an understanding. You know what I mean? Because you never know. Yet again, Phil looks at everything as, oh, I'm going to burn this bridge and I'm going to go over here. Same thing he did with Patreon. As soon as he thought that fundraiser gimmick was going to work on Twitch, you didn't hear him mention much about Patreon. He was okay with his little $700, $800, $900 that were coming through. He didn't care about it. Because remember, all of his goals were Twitch oriented at that point. Now all of a sudden he's having to revert back. Especially since Twitch ain't doing so well. You know what I mean? Twitch was looking real strong, steroid up, with all that inflation and whatnot. Well, not inflation, but I guess you could say inflation, but certainly with all that padding that came from those gifted subs, now it's damn near on the sickbed. It doesn't look very good. So now, as I had said a little while ago, he was just going to crawl right back, and there he is, on his knees. And what is the first thing he talks about? Oh, I don't even know about running ads on YouTube. It's been so long. First thing he thinks about. But if he was keeping up with it, this wouldn't be a problem. And if I remember correctly, someone said he tried to run ads on this anyway. So, there you go. But yet again, and then he has the nerve to say, oh, I diversified and moved over to Twitch. It's still putting all your eggs in one basket. And as I said on Twitter, to some people I was talking to, there is no basket. Everything is hand to mouth. There was no, he never had a basket. He was too lazy to weave one up. He was holding all the eggs in his hand. And he was just kind of chomping on it as he goes. He never has a plan. He doesn't know shit about diversification. Diversification is taking what you have and split it up into different avenues. All he did is move everything that he had on YouTube and moved it over to Twitch. That's all he did. That's not diversification. It's not diversifying. It's just moving from one medium to another. Whatever. He's the one with the business degree, right?
I just was like, if I want to do a video to explain to people when I find out what's going on, how do I figure this out? So I did. It took like 15, 20 minutes. I messed around with YouTube. Oh, I think I know how to at least get a stream live here, right? And then I turned it off, and I had a phone call with my representative at Twitch, all right? Again, I'm not going to give you any opinions in this video. I'm just going to tell you matter-of-factly what happened.
Here's where the lie comes in.
So, in this phone call with Twitch,
now, this is something that I've been paying attention to for a long time. And I'd like you guys to try to, when you guys watch other videos, you kind of see what I'm talking about. Every time he's getting ready to go into a story, whenever he's ready to go into an explanation, he always goes for that sip. Now, obviously, you're like, oh, well, he's probably parched, it is what it is. But really pay attention when he does it. It's a quirk, for sure. But what it is, it's a mental reset for him. It's a way for him to calm his nerves before he gets into his explanation and whatnot. And you'll see it, especially when it's really tense or he's not really sure. It's when he takes more and more drinks. Just something I've been paying attention to that for a very long time, going back to when I used to binge watch, well, I still kind of do, but when I used to binge watch a lot of Almighty Tevin's videos, and you see it a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so, or some of you may have already seen it, but I think that's what that is. It's like a mental reset / like coping mechanism. Absolutely fascinating.
Was revealed. All right. Now you can make your own judgments. I'm going to give you no opinion whatsoever. Why I was suspended from Twitch this time was because apparently at some point, I don't even know what day it was, because you guys know me, I stream every day, at least, once if not twice a day. It all blends together. But I know this was roughly in the last couple of days, for the last 2 days or so. There was someone who came into my stream chat and blatantly insulted me. I don't even remember the insult. That's how often I get insulted in stream chat and everything. I don't even remember what on earth this insult was that this guy said to me. I have no recollection of what it was at all. And apparently I banned the guy, and I said, I verbally said I was banning the guy, and that apparently is okay according to Twitch. I even, basically just saying that you're even calling someone a fucking asshole or something like that is allowed on Twitch. That's fine. But
now here's the thing, even if that is true, and that probably is the case, but it won't be forever. Think about it for a second. If he got banned for someone's physical appearance, which we're getting into that in just a second, all this extra asshole-ish type bullshit, all this extra one-upsmanship before you kick the person off, like saying, haha, you're banned, asshole, fuck you, get the fuck out. That shit's probably gonna have to come to a stop eventually on Twitch. Because what purpose does that serve? If someone's wilding out in your chat, you either time their asses out or you ban them. And then that's it. End of story. All this extra pettiness on what is that? What is that? And think about it for a minute. Let a moderator actually come into a chat. Let a sponsor, well, he's scared of sponsors, but let somebody come into a chat one day and see Phil. Let one of those higher ups who was inviting Phil to test out some of their new features or whatever, randomly jump into his chat and hear him saying, haha, fuck you, asshole, you've been banned. Or, yeah, look at how you feel about that, dickhead, now you're banned. Hey, look at this and that. Someone's going to look at that and be like, what is wrong with him? Like, banning somebody's one thing, but what's up with all this excess? It makes you sound ignorant. It makes you look stupid. It makes you seem petty. Just ban him and move on. I mean, I can understand if you had that frustration. I really do. I understand if you had that frustration, if this was something that was going on for, if you've been streaming for like 3 hours and the same person is just running off at the lip. You'd be like, you know what, asshole, you done. Bye. But you know how Phil does. Phil will sit there and call you an asshole, a dickhead, a piece of shit, all this and that, then ban you, then do that on the way out to make himself seem that much better. Just so he can have the people in his Nazi chat suck his e-dick off. He thinks that's okay. He thinks that's what's fostering a positive and productive stream and environment, and yet this idiot can't even hold 450. At least not without the numbers being inflated. See how you're working backwards, Phil? You see how these little petty nuances that you need, these little cues that you need to make yourself feel a little bit better when you ban people are slowly but surely hurting you, and yet you're wondering why you can't get any growth, or you can't even hold what you have. I'm sorry, you might need to go ahead and take some of those blue pills that you're using for cat and go ahead and inject that into Twitch too. It seems like it needs it. You're looking a little bit lame. You're looking real lame, actually. And then you're going into this whole spiel about, oh yeah, I don't even remember what happened. You know, every day bleeds into each other, this, that, and the third. Yet you'll remember what some asshole threw at you 3 weeks ago on a stream. You'll still hold on to that bullshit, but you can't forget this. But you'll forget all about this part because you know you got caught, dead to rights. You know you got screwed. Because when your Twitch contact, if there even is one, went ahead and gave you the report, they told you what the name was, and they told you what day it was, and they probably had screenshots, and they probably sent you all that. That's how you were able to describe what the guy looked like with such detail in this video, isn't it, Phil? And then what? Did you go ahead and ask your contact to go ahead and slowly but surely unzip his jeans? Is that what happened, Phil, after that? Is it what Theo said? Is it a Theo theory where you went ahead and just got to the sucking? Just asking. Just asking.
Apparently, as I was banning the guy, just listen to what a weird circumstance this was. As I was banning the guy, I must have hovered over his name in the Twitch chat. Okay? And as I was hovering over his name on the Twitch chat, apparently a profile pic for this guy's avatar popped up. I mean, and this is how wild this is. You guys are on my streams all the time. I don't know what any of your avatars are. I really don't. I never see them. All I see is your stream chat names. So what a rarity, what an oddity that this would even happen, that somehow his stream chat avatar happens to pop up. And it just so happens it has the guy's real face there. So in a moment of weakness, in a moment of anger of my own, being angry that this guy had blatantly come into my stream chat just to say something really nasty to me.
He didn't say anything really nasty. I've already showed you that, and you've already seen the first part, but I'll have it sprinkled in throughout what's going on currently. But all he said is he was probably going to end up dropping this game too, which isn't that far off the mark. And the fact that Phil has already raged had already quit a bunch of games just in this month, actually. Just in March. He's already given up a couple of games. He's done, at least 4 games since the beginning of the year. Phil probably got set off. Because Phil knows it's true. And Phil will probably make a mental note to try to finish the game in question. We'll see if he actually does, though.
Alright. I addressed his physical appearance in a negative fashion. Alright? I'm not going to repeat what I said for risk that this would also violate something else. I'm going to put this is a video for YouTube. I don't want to violate YouTube standards of what's right and wrong, so I'm certainly not going to repeat what I said. But apparently I said something that insulted the guy's physical appearance. All right? So just to clarify, I'm actually going to, reiterate what I learned from this phone call. If someone comes into my stream and blatantly insults me and acts like a dick or whatever, or, not just me, it might be my girlfriend, it could be anything, right? I have the right to say, I'm banning you, asshole, goodbye, or fuck you, idiot, goodbye. I could do that. But the moment that I address their physical appearance in any way, shape, or form in a negative way, that violates Twitch's terms of service, their new terms of service, that just went into effect in early March 2018. I should bring that up. So, apparently, this was a huge violation of the terms of service.
Apparently, you talked out of your neck hole and you turned something that was a simple ban and go into something much more, as you normally do, and you got shitted on for it. It's not exactly, and now keep in mind though too, right? if you go back to what's that dude's name? I'm actually not gonna clown. I'm actually not gonna make a joke about it this time with that. That dude that he railed on for like fucking like 10 minutes. Wife who destroyed Matt, like something like that. Is that considered harassment, or would that fall under the same category? No, because he didn't describe the guy physically. He did certainly shit the hell out of him though. But he shit the fuck out of him. God damn, he made that boy wipe his ass. And then he still came back. I never really understood why Matt did that. That just made, I guess, whatever. Anyway, that wouldn't. I don't know if Twitch considers that harassment, even though he didn't go after the guy physically. But Jesus Christ, the way he railed off and shitted on him like that, it should have been worth something. I'm not sure if it should have been worth a suspension, but it was worth at least someone sending him an email being like, "Hey man, we're gonna give you a warning for that. Okay, you can't be treating people in your chat like that." But see, that's the problem with Phil. This whole situation, he'll forget this in a couple of weeks. He really will. He'll forget all about it in a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? Because if the backlash from the 11-year-old didn't, wake his ass up, this is a pinch to Phil. In a few weeks, in another month or two, he'll mess up again in some way. You know what I mean? In some way, he'll mess up. If not, it'll be someone in the chat. It's only a matter of time. And he knows it. And he knows it. Because Phil has no self-control. He has no self-discipline. Look at him. Look at his lifestyle. Look at all the fucking debt he's in. What sane human being, using Phil's language, what sane individual would constantly put themselves in this kind of trouble and expect other people to bail him out? And yet people defend him. For some reason, people feel like they feel the need to help someone who can't even really help himself. He puts on the act. He puts on the act that he's someone who's in control, that he's someone who knows what he's talking about, that he's someone who should be praised, who should be respected, who should be looked up to. In truth, he's still that 15-year-old boy complaining about that fucking Wolverine figurine. A figurine that at this point he could have bought many times over. I was talking to somebody about this on Twitter. I was talking to the Jackal's Lair. Me and him had a conversation about this. If you think about everything he's ever bought since he's moved out, because he moved out of his house when he was 26, 27, something like that, which is something similar to Spoonie 1 in a lot of ways. But when he moved out of his house and bought his condo, and then he bought all those figurines, when he bought all those toys, when he bought the cars, and he bought the extra house and all this, that, and the third, it's Phil chasing after that one figure. He's still chasing it. Even though he got it, or at least he said he got it the next year, but it was, it wasn't part of the original run. It was a first print. You know what I mean? It wasn't a first edition, I should say. You know what I mean? He's still chasing after that. He's still that 15-year-old that's going after everything that he wants because he feels he deserves it. But in truth, he looks at everything as that figurine. I didn't get it, and I should have got it, so now I'm going to go ahead and get everything that I want now. See, the difference is between him and, these spoiled multi-millionaires that are usually going around who have kids and all that shit, is a lot of them blow their own money to do that shit. But then, when they buy a lot of that stuff, that's for self-indulgence or whatever the case may be, it's actually worth something. Everything Phil bought doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It doesn't mean not a damn thing. So much to the point that he's trying to throw it away, but he's too lazy to get off his ass and do it. Like all that artwork and everything, his little gallery that he put up after Panda left, what is that really worth? It may have sentimental value to him, but other than that, it doesn't mean shit. It's only worth what people are willing to pay for. And if no one's willing to pay for it, then guess what? It's not worth anything. And that's Phil's problem. It's always been Phil's problem. It'll always be his problem. It's a psychological wound that he has that he's never been able to get over. He never will. He never will. And it's because of that is the reason why he's the selfish, self-centered individual that he is now. That's why people like him don't have kids. They can't. He can barely take care of himself. You think he really want to bring a child into that? He doesn't want to have to... Anything that draws attention away from him, he can't deal with. That's why do you think Cat doesn't stream? Why do you think Cat's not on YouTube? Why do you really think Cat's not on Twitch? I mean, on Twitch or on Twitter? Why do you really think that's the case? He can't live with that. He can't live with the idea that someone else is going to get more attention than him. Real quick, and we'll get back into this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be harping on. But if Cat announced that, went back on Twitter today and was like, well, tomorrow, say tomorrow, and said, you know what, I'm going to start streaming this Friday coming up and whatnot, and I hope to see you guys there. People are going to show up for that. People will show up for that. Phil's hardcore supporters will stay over there with him. But I guarantee you, everybody else is going to go over there. And Phil knows it. Phil knows it. That's why Phil has to go ahead and be like, oh, well, we'll just put her on Wi-Fi upstairs. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really need that much anyway. And, you know, I need it for work. He did it. He gave us every excuse that he could think of not to give her the opportunities to do something. Why would someone just abandon not only their social media, which we've all talked about, but why would you abandon Twitch and YouTube? You can do all that shit part-time. You don't have to be an idiot like Phil and do that shit full-time and fail at it. You know what I mean? Because despite the money that he makes, he's still failing at it. But he can, you know what I'm saying, you can do it part-time. But why did he purposely try to cut all those avenues off? Why was he cutting her off at the hoofs? Sorry. Why was he cutting her off at the knees over that situation? Think about that for a minute. All right, let's continue.
All right. And this particular person, who apparently I insulted their physical, even though they had come into my stream chat willingly and knowingly, actively in front of everyone,
Stop playing the victim and just get to the goddamn point.
Insulted me. And I in my rights, banned that person. Because I then lashed out back in defense against them and insulted their physical appearance. I violated Twitch's terms of service, and that constitutes a violation. All right. A lot of people seem to be under the impression that Twitch is under a strikes system when it comes to these things. That is incorrect. A lot of people really just have a complete misconception of how Twitch's system works. It doesn't work that, oh, you get called out once, that's strike one. You get called out twice, you're suspended. You get called out 3 times, you're banned permanently. That's not how it works on Twitch, all right? I personally did not know how the system worked until this very day when I talked to my contact at Twitch, and he outlined the whole system to me of how it works, all right? Basically, it's an escalations process. What does that mean?
That's not completely true, but I'll get into that in a second.
It means that basically if you're someone who every once in a while something might happen or you get reported for something, and someone who works for Twitch determines that maybe it's valid, that's okay as long as you're not like a massive repeat offender. But it just so happens that in this situation, last month, I already had a minor kind of violation that led to a 24-hour suspension. So because this thing had happened within a 30-day period of the last, well, actually, I take that back. I just misspoke. I want to be factually correct here. Since this took place within a 90-day period of the last thing that they deemed was something I had done wrong on stream, this was an escalation of what they consider to be, you know, a punishment for a violation of their terms of service. So they suspended my account. All right. Now, how long was it suspended? I don't know. What was going to happen? I didn't know. That was the purpose of this phone call that I was having with Twitch. So I said to my contact, well, first of all,
let me cut in before he gets into some bullshit. First things first, the strike system and the whole escalation system kind of wraps up into the same thing. It's kind of awkward because from what I've personally seen and from what I was able to find, it really depends on what the actual violation is, I suppose, what the situation is. I've seen people who have never been banned for anything get hit and just got permanent banned. First time, bam, gone. I've seen people do something and get hit with a 24-hour ban. I've seen people, that same person come back, do something within a week, and then guess what? They got hit with a 24-hour ban again. I've seen people get hit with a 72-hour ban, which is rare, because usually if they need to ban you for 3 days, they usually just give you the month and whatnot. I've seen people getting banned for a month, come back, and then just get perma banned. So it varies depending on what it is that you're doing. For example, a lot of what those circumstances that I named to you were for either beefing with other streamers live on stream, meaning doing raids on people. You can definitely get banned for that now. I've seen people sit there and just say inappropriate shit, people taking off their clothes and whatnot. One dude ended up spilled something on his shirt, took his shirt off, got banned for a month on that. Still trying to appeal that. Funny enough, another chick later on that day ended up taking off her top. She was wearing something under it. She was wearing some type of like blouse or something under it. Nothing happened to her, even though she showed a lot. She showed a lot though, but nothing happened to her. So, like I said, it varies depending on the violation. If Phil is under this escalation situation, he's only going to screw himself because he's going to think that he still has the wiggle room that he really doesn't. If you've been hit with a 24-hour ban and then a 3-day ban, more than likely, he's going to either get suspended indefinitely next time, meaning he's done. He's going to be straight up banned. Or he's going to get hit with that 1-month ban. And a month with Phil off of Twitch, he's going to lose his goddamn mind. I guarantee it. If he gets banned for a month, he's going to lose his damn mind. And trust me, he's going to do whatever he has to try to get it brought down. And he'll just make himself look further and further like an idiot when he does it. He's going to end up having another machinima moment if he gets a month ban. I guarantee it. He won't be smart enough to just shut his mouth, take the ban, and just stream on YouTube for a month. And just have the pig cult work that much harder to get you your income. He won't do that. He'll constantly keep clawing at Twitch to let him back on. Which means his material, if you want to call it content, but his content will just suffer further. I guarantee it.
What on earth were you thinking? You shut off my stream in the middle of my stream. I didn't know what was going on. My viewers didn't know what was going on. And you hadn't even sent me notice of anything. So you actually punished me before you ever even notified me that anything had gone wrong or I had done something wrong. So
that sounds like Blip TV all over again. They don't have to notify you, Phil. Like I said, if you catch the notification before your stream goes off, great. But if not, you'll catch it afterwards. But they don't have to notify you that they're about to cut your stream off. It doesn't work that way. You're not special. Once they've come to the conclusion that, hey, ban his ass, whether you're streaming right now or not, bam, your stream goes down. They don't have to notify you. You're an idiot. And the thing is you know that. You know that, Phil. So for you to try to hype this story up and make it sound like that this guy or this woman or whoever was groveling to you saying, we're so goddamn sorry, Phil. We're sorry, great DSP, that, this happened to you, but we're working behind the scenes to fix it is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
What gives there? And basically, I got an apology.
That's a lie. I guarantee you that's not what happened. That just sounds like bullshit.
That should not have happened. There should have been a notification beforehand, so that at least I was in the loop, that I would know that this was coming, so that obviously I could end my stream in time and let people know why I wasn't streaming, not that it just abruptly happened. And basically, I'm not going to give you the details regarding that because it's just behind the scenes politics with Twitch and how stuff works. It shouldn't happen that way, and I got an apology for it. Okay?
If you got an apology for it, well, it was on a phone call, so you couldn't have a written letter. Here's the thing. What Phil is trying to describe to you is damage control. It's PR damage control. Oh, I was found guilty of violating the terms of service, but I was in the middle of a stream, though, so you can't punish me for that. I was in the middle of a stream. Even though you guys came to the conclusion, you came to the verdict that I am to be banned because I broke terms of service, you can't do that in the middle of my stream. You have to wait. Or you have to notify me so I can go ahead and stay face and shut my stream down and notify everybody, hey, I'm going to have to shut my stream down and whatnot so I can stay face in front of everybody. No, they don't have to pull damage control for you. No place has to do that. You got hit with a ban, you get banned. I've seen professional Overwatch players. I've seen professional Dota players, because I watch a lot of different shit on Twitch. I've seen professional gamers get banned for dumb shit, like really dumb shit. And we're talking about streams with like 40 or 50,000 people watching. Bloop! Gone. And what do they do when they get banned? They immediately go to Twitter and be like, oh, looks like I caught a ban, guys. I'll give you some more information as soon as I get it. That's what they do. And trust me, they bring in way more money than you do, Phil. So you can go ahead and hold to that little lie. If your contact sees your video or Mr. Stuff's video or this video or anybody else's video, and he or she is okay with being the whipping bitch, then let him. But it's very obvious that that's not what happened. Like I said, no one's going to apologize for you violating TOS. Why should they apologize to you for you violating TOS? The fuck out of you.
So then I said, all right, well, what's the deal here? What's going on in regards to me, my streaming on Twitch? Are you guys banning me from the site? Because the email, the same email I got last time, it says indefinite suspension. So I have no idea when I can come back or whatever. And my contact said, this is now, since it's stage 2 of the process, all right, you now have what's considered a 72-hour suspension, all right? And therefore, I mean, it started at, what was it, 3 p.m. Thursday, all right? And it'll undo itself, supposedly, on 3 p.m. on Sunday. Now, I said, now, wait a minute. Last time you suspended me for 24 hours, you told me the same thing. I came back 24 hours later, and I wasn't released from the suspension. He said, all right, that happens again. Do exactly what you did last time. You contact me. I'll take care of it immediately. We'll get you back up and running. All right?
Well, first off, they did you a favor by not letting you come back and stream right away, to be honest with you. They gave you a grace period, and you should be grateful. You should be grateful. Because especially when people come right off a ban, guess what, Phil? There's someone that's assigned to watch you. So you should be only so glad that you were given another day or so to breathe before you came back. You should be grateful. You really should. And when you come off this ban, guess what? Someone's going to watch you. Someone's going to make sure that you didn't mess up. Because if that's the case, you're just bandwidth that's being used up. They need to go ahead and get you up and out of there. It's what's going to happen.
Okay. But now, obviously, I'm worried about what's going to happen in regards to my channel. I'm worried about, what's the viability of streaming in the future on Twitch, right? Because you guys especially know how many people on a daily basis literally come to my videos and streams just to harass me. For the one guy, this one situation where the guy, insulted me and I banned him, but I just so happened to somehow see his avatar that had his face on it, and I insulted his personal appearance, leading to this violation of the Twitch Terms of Service. There's literally 400 other people who do exactly the same thing, but I just don't see their avatar, so that mistake could never possibly happen. Again.
Okay, so wait a second, Phil. So you're saying 400 people have done that, and you couldn't see their avatars, but you saw this guy, so that's why you hovered over it. Okay, thanks, Phil, for admitting why you put yourself in the situation to get yourself banned. Most of these other people who usually shit on you, or sit there and make fun of you, or harass you, or whatever you want to call it, they have nothing for you to point out. But this guy did. And the moment you saw it, you were like, gotcha. Thanks, Phil, for admitting that situation. Fucking idiot, man. I keep telling you guys, ladies and gentlemen, give him enough time and he will hang himself. Any lie that he tries to sow in front of you, don't try to call him out immediately. Wait. He will reveal the lie within the same stream, within the same sentence sometimes. Going into the next paragraph, he will reveal it. Give him time. It's what he does. He lies so much, and he's so inconsistent with anything and everything he does, he can't keep it straight anymore. And as he's gotten older, and the fact that he doesn't do any physical exercise whatsoever, so he's not doing anything to generate brain cells, the man does not read, the man does not try to further himself in any way, shape, or form. He's literally mush. He is mush. And that's why he can't keep his shit straight. That's why when he is super nervous, when he's going into a lie, he starts to speak super fucking fast. Because what he's doing is mentally trying to compensate for what the lie is. Just in case it slips, he can throw so much information at you that you forget about the lie almost immediately. That's one of the reasons why he speed talks when he does. He hasn't done that yet, But that's why he does certain things like that. These little quirks are kind of like self-mechanisms, like self-sustaining mechanisms that he has. But the point being is give him time. He'll screw himself. Okay? He's already on the skewer. He already has the apple in his mouth, and James the Lesser Express Lane is already over there spinning him on the spigot and whatnot, and marinating him. You guys will all get your pieces of bacon shortly. Just give him time. Okay? We're just letting him marinate and slow roast. That's all it is.
If I had said, fuck you, asshole, for insulting me, get out of my stream chat, you're banned, that was completely valid. But it was the fact that I personally went out of my way to insult this guy's physical appearance that constituted the ban, or the violation of Twitch's terms of service, or the new terms of service.
Take a sip. Mental reset.
By the way, again, no opinion. I'm not sharing my opinion on the subject whatsoever. I'm just stating it matter-of-factly.
You've given us a bunch of opinions already, because the moment you made yourself look like the victim, you already lied. You already gave your opinion. So either A, you don't know what an opinion is, or B, you're a blatant liar. Stop. You try so hard to overcompensate it, it just makes you look bad. It really does. Like, what do you... And here's the thing about all this extra insulting or whatnot. Eventually, Phil, they're going to come down on you for that too. Because after a while, it looks abusive. And guess what? Eventually, Twitch is going to want to get rid of that too. Yes, it's the internet. But it's a platform that is trying to grow and be profitable. They're trying not to be like YouTube and let that shit be... Well, they've already been like YouTube. It's already the Wild West over there. But it's just people are smarter with their 6-shooters. But you know what I'm saying? They're trying to be profitable. They're trying to learn from YouTube's mistakes. And all you're doing is taking your gout from one platform to another. And even with all the false, and that's saying that if any of those reports on him are false, any of the alleged false claims that are thrown on you on a day-to-day basis, after a while, Twitch has to look at this and be like, he's not worth the trouble. You're really not. If they go ahead and take a look at your growth of your channel, they're going to be like, he's not worth keeping. He's a fucking headache. And even if a lot of this shit is false, we don't want him up there. He's just not worth the problems. He really isn't. He's not. If you're not profitable enough for them, then you're a liability to them. And that's what's going to happen. And people can call it a raw deal or call it whatever they want to at the end of the day. But here's what it really is, Phil. And it might be a raw deal. I'm not ashamed to say that. It might end up being a raw deal. It might be bullshit. But guess what it really is, though, too, at the end of the day, Phil? It's business. It's business. They can get somebody else in there who can do better, who can be better, and people will want to go to them. All you did was take that little cult that you had. All you did is take those little group of extremists that you had, and you took them over to your little platform over there on Twitch. And then all they did was go ahead and blow up your numbers. Numbers that they can't even sustain. It doesn't look good. You don't have any real growth. There is no positivity. It's all bullshit. And you know that. And guess what? A few people over there on Twitch know it too. Just like how Machinima knew it. Because think about it, real quick before we move on. If Phil was so profitable for Machinima, if he has so much clout, why were they so quick to let him go just because he said, if you guys are going to treat me this way, I don't want to be with you guys anymore? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. If he was so profitable, if he was doing so well for Machinima, and if his legacy over there, and more importantly than any of that, if his managed partnership meant anything, then why'd they let him go? It's something that I've never heard anybody bring up, so I'll do it now. Why'd they let him go? You don't think Twitch won't follow his lead on Machinima? And Machinima's way smaller than Twitch? You don't think someone and And there's alleged rumors of there's some cutbacks going on at Twitch currently, or there's about to happen, where they're going to have to cut some departments. But yet Phil wants to hang his hat over there. So now you have less people having to work probably twice as hard to compensate, and there's at least one or two people that have to deal with Phil's bullshit and the fact of any of these false claims and Phil emailing them at all times of the night drunk and all kinds of shit like that. That last part's a joke. I don't know if that's really the case, but if you see him on Twitter at night, it's not completely out of the question. So how long do you think they're going to let Phil just sit around? Until they're like, you know what, fuck all these, forget all of these false whatever, if they're false. And let's just cut him loose. He's done enough to where they can already get rid of him. Whether you think it's just or not, it doesn't really matter. He's just not worth the problem.
Sure, there are some of you who will agree with that and some of you who disagree with that. That's fine. That's not what the purpose of this video is. I'm just telling you matter-of-factly what I learned today. Okay? All right. So I said, so I don't understand. Now, moving forward, what happens if something else happens? What is the policy with Twitch? And I was told, here's how the policy works. It's a 90-day escalation policy. So, for example, all right,
Why are you telling us this? Thank you, Phil, for just putting an even bigger bullseye on it. Why would you tell us this? Seriously, why would you tell us this? All right.
90 days pass from the time when this suspension happened and nothing goes wrong, I should be okay. But if I get in trouble, if something else happens again within 90 days of this current suspension, so let's say, I don't know, in May, I lose my mind, I take all my clothes off on stream and I run around naked, then Twitch is going to suspend me for a longer period of time. Or if they do deem that the situation is so serious that there's no redeeming quality. Like, for example, if I really had just tore into that guy about his appearance for like 20 straight minutes and just ripped him a new one, I probably would have been permanently banned from the site no matter what. But luckily for me, it was just a momentary reaction to what had happened on the stream, where I had a moment of weakness. Somehow I saw his face, reacted that way, and it was just a momentary thing. And therefore, because Twitch realized, okay, that was just a little thing, it's not a big deal, we're just going to give you a temporary suspension. It's not so serious that we don't want you in our partnership program, and we don't want you not streaming here again. We just want you to learn that what you did was not okay, therefore, a larger suspension. So again, if another thing happens in 90 days, I'll get an even larger suspension. And then I was actually told if another thing happens again on top of that, I'll get another larger suspension. But then that's kind of the point where they're like, all right, if this person's such a monstrous repeat offender that every single time they're going on stream every few days, they're violating the rules, we're going to get rid of them. All right. So that's kind of how the policy, there is no 3 strikes policy with Twitch. It doesn't exist. Apparently people have completely made that up because it doesn't exist at all. It's a policy of 90 days. Can you live within the rules of Twitch for 90 days at a tear? And if you can, you're good. If not, if you keep violating things within 90 days, it just escalates until finally you do get banned. The only exception to the rule would be if you did something so absolutely horribly bad, all right, then you get permanently banned, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, what I learned today, all right, it's my fault. I screwed up. I did. I'm willing to admit when I make a mistake, and I know that looking back at the situation of exactly the way that things went down, okay, I 100% agree that I was in the wrong. I 100% agree with Twitch that, I made a mistake and I need to step up when I'm wrong and say, you know what? No one who's on anyone's stream should be insulted for their physical appearance, period. There should be...
How about we just not insult anybody, period? Now, Phil, while you're going through your deep throating over here, first things first, let's go ahead and go over that. I don't know if you guys kind of get it, but he's trying to appease essentially the overall masses by throwing this out here on how he's sorry. Good for him. Secondly, and this is probably the most important part, thanks, Phil, for just going ahead and giving us the window of opportunity and letting us know that the clock is ticking on you. So, you come back April 1st at 3 p.m. So from 3 p.m. April 1st, what is that? Would that be July? Would that be July 1st? Yeah. April, May, June. Well, it'd be June, I guess. I guess it would be June/July. Whatever. All right, so, yeah, June/July. So, basically, the clock is ticking, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that there are 90 days to bring the pig roach down. Thanks, Phil, for letting people know that. Thanks, Phil, for letting people know that, oh, okay, so he has a suspension, and when he comes back, he can't afford any more strikes. And since Phil is just dumb enough to think that, oh, well, I can assault you, I just can't hit you physically. If someone could get him so riled up that they could make him go out on a rant, really go out on a rant on them, and a few people are quick enough to report this to Twitch's TOS and be like, hey, he's harassing someone verbally right now, you guys need to see it, and they catch him, Phil, mid-stride, then what happens to you, Phil? You're talking about, oh, I can't insult somebody's physical appearance. How about we just not insult anybody, period? How about you just ban them and keep it moving? You see you see how petty you are? You see what people think about you? All the things that people say about you, that the only way you can prop yourself up is by tearing other people down. Which is funny because you say that the detractors do that to you. But look at what you do to your own people. To your own fan base, to your own cult. You do the exact same thing. And you think it's okay. And for some reason, and that's why I don't really believe too much of what you're saying about this whole that Twitch representative, is also telling you that it's okay. What person representative of Twitch would tell you that? Let me explain why they wouldn't tell you that. Because if those same people at Twitch are watching some of the streamers on Twitter to see what they're doing over there, to make sure that they are not saying or doing anything that could violate or misrepresent the company, why would they let some dumbass like you insult people left and right and think it's okay? Think about that for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. If it says in the TOS that anything that you do on Twitch's platform or off Twitch's platform is still a representation of Twitch, why would they let some idiot sit there and insult people just because? Think about that.
No situation where anyone is attacked for how they look. Because the bottom line is, a lot of us can't help how we look, right? I'm certainly no Adonis. You know what I mean? I was sitting here all unshaven. I know I'm not a good-looking guy, and a lot of people agree with me. A lot of people don't, but whatever. That's not what's up for debate. The point is, no one should be going to a Twitch stream and get insulted for their physical appearance. All right.
And you weren't smart enough to know that? That what we're saying? You've been on the internet for damn near 10 years, and you weren't smart enough to figure that out. Yet when people pointed out dumb shit about you and how you looked, you got all butthurt. But now you're on Twitch and you couldn't figure that out. Okay. And you said, what did you say, Phil, recently? You said that people think you're an idiot, but you're really not. You're a lot smarter than people give you credit for. Yet you are arguably, from the detractor community standards, you've been banned for, hands down, one of the most silliest things that anybody's ever heard. You're apparently not that smart. Snorper was right. Hi, Snorper. Love your material. You're great.
It was a moment of weakness for me because the guy came into my chat, all right, and insulted me before I even knew anything about the guy. And again, a random occurrence where I happened to see the guy's face and say something. And by the way, I believe the guy, it was 100% bait, because I believe he went ahead and made a video about it. So there you go. It's not like the guy...
Did you see the video? No? Okay, then stick to facts. You don't know. It's what you think. That's an opinion. No one gives a shit. Did they do it? No? Okay. So stick to the facts.
Was,
And if it was bait, that makes you look like even more of an idiot. It's bad enough that you're so scared of detractors, trolls, and haters to where you don't want to do multiplayer. You're scared to do anything on Skype. You're scared to do anything on Skype. You're scared to interact with people inside and outside your house. Now this is just, and you're regulating. He was regulating the subs tab on Twitch. So you keep talking all this nonsense about bait. You put yourself into a box, and now look at you. even with all of the what's the word, precautions, if you want to call it that you've taken, you still screwed up, and you still fell for what is allegedly, because I don't know, so I'm just gonna say alleged. I'm gonna say alleged bait. Yeah, you're a real valedictorian over there, Phil.
Oh my God, I was legitimately insulted by what Phil did to me. It was more like, I was actually just trying to insult Phil anyway and get a rise out of him so I could get him in trouble on Twitch, and that's what happened. Okay, so I admit I'm in the wrong here. I did something wrong. All right. So.
Wow, you're dumb.
My Twitch account, DarkSidePhil, is suspended for 72 hours, and it's coming back roughly in the middle of Sunday. I'll explain to you guys in just a moment what you can expect out of that, because obviously that means I can't live stream for a couple days. The good news is, I already wasn't planning on live streaming anyway. I wasn't going to live stream tomorrow whatsoever. There was not going to be a single piece of live streaming at all tomorrow. It was actually going to be Saturday when I was going to return from my day off, and then obviously Sunday.
Really? Did you announce that at all this week? Because I don't remember you saying so. So then, what would be your reason for taking a random Friday off then, Phil? That's a big day. It's payday for a lot of people, which means that's definitely payday for you. So why would you randomly take off a Friday? Oh, but you won't say anything about that, will you? Will you, Phil? It kind of just worked out for you. Gotcha. And isn't your usual day off with Cat on Sunday? So you were gonna only have a 5-day work week? Really trying to turn it into a 9 to 5 over there, aren't you?
I was going to do a half day where I do my earlier stream on Twitch, and then at night I was going to do like the weekend preview and stuff like that for YouTube. And of course, all this week I was going to live stream full time like I usually do. So obviously I can't do that now, and I need to make an amendment to my schedule, which I'm about to explain to you guys moving forward. All right, so you guys know exactly what to expect, and so on and so forth. All right. First of all, I will not be live streaming gameplay anywhere else but Twitch. I like my Twitch partnership. I like being there. I don't want to violate any terms by.
You mean just like that machinima, like that what's it called? Oh, like that managed partnership, that machinima that you like so much? Sure you do, Phil. It's funny how people keep giving Phil all these opportunities and he just keeps squandering them. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing that someone with real talent, like Almighty Seven, for example, who streams on Twitch. I don't know if he's been partnered yet, but he needs to. If he's not partnered yet, he needs to be partnered and whatnot. But yet they let swine like you just kind of just slime around in the muck. Don't even know that he doesn't even realize he's already on the edge. Phil doesn't even see it. He don't even see it. He really don't. He's too busy digging in for those little worms, meaning that the bits and the cheers and everything. He doesn't even realize. He's on the end of the cliff. He don't even see it. His own defecation. You know what I mean? His own feces is what he sees around him. You don't even know no better. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Doing gameplay footage and advertisements and all kinds of other stuff on other websites. I just don't. I don't want to violate that because that would be bad. That would be very bad. If I were to outright just lose my association with Twitch, I don't want to. I enjoy being there. I think the website overall is a much better website when it comes to live streaming. I mean, if you just want an example, stream chat on YouTube is absolutely insanely out of control at all times. All right, and it's just not manageable. And the streams that I have started to have in the past year on Twitch have been some of the best ones I've ever done in regards to the interaction. When I live stream on Twitch, I'm able to interact live with the people who are on stream, and we have fun conversations, and I react to things like their cheer subs and tips.
Was that before or after you were banning people at random? Was that before or after you were having outbursts about, you guys need to be talking about me or talking about my interests and not be talking about football or soccer or talking about pizza or all this other silly shit? You mean those times, Phil? Was that interactive? Was that one of some of the best streams that you had? Just asking. Because I recall you looking like an idiot. I recall you looking like a twat. A self-centered twat who wants the whole stream to be about him even though nothing was going on. You were sitting there kind of just rumbling about on fucking PUBG, not doing a damn thing, not trying to win, trying to stall and hope you can get a win. It's called a vulture, by the way. And every time you got killed, oh, no big deal, we'll just go ahead and start it back up again. Give me bits. Give me bits and cheers. And check out my Teespring. That's interacting, right, Phil? Great work.
And it makes it a more two-way street rather than me just sitting here and talking to a camera or looking at my TV and playing a game like I used to. The new interaction of stuff that I do on Twitch is much better. All right, it's much better. And I don't want to lose that. Sadly, I think that if I were to come over and try to do live streams on YouTube, I would completely and utterly lose that because the moderation on YouTube is atrociously bad. It's almost impossible to control stream chat. The moderation options for people who are moderators on YouTube are terrible. It's not good. It's just like, if you're going to stream on YouTube, you better prepare for the Wild West, where everyone's just going to do whatever they want, and good luck getting any kind of quality, out of YouTube streaming in regards to feedback or whatever. It's just, it's bad. And the thing is, like I said, for the past year, I have worked my butt off. Absolutely 100% worked my butt off, all right, to make Twitch streaming work, to have it become a viable way that I can pay my bills, to turn it into the replacement for YouTube. So God forbid YouTube ever go away completely, or if they lose all of their ad revenue options or whatever, for whatever reason, I'm on Twitch and I'm having fun, and it's not a situation where, oh no, it's the end of the world now because I don't have YouTube ad revenue anymore, all right? I want to diversify. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket, all right? That being said, worst case scenario, if I ever were to 100% lose my capabilities of live streaming on Twitch, there are other options out there. I just don't want to have to explore them unless I'm in that situation. I love Twitch. I love the fact that the functionality of the site. I think a lot of their practices when it comes to showing streams in priority are fair, way fairer than any way I think on YouTube with their algorithms or whatever, work. I don't want to lose that capability. So what I need to do is I need to become better when I'm live streaming at not directly reacting to stupid crap that happens in the stream chat at the same time.
You won't. You don't have it in you. So you might as well just give that up.
You guys know, if you've especially been watching my live streams recently, you know there have been an exorbitant amount of people who come in, even people who cheer, right? People who come in and cheer and say stuff that's trying to get me to slip up. They're trying to get me to purposely say something that's going to get me to slip up, so I'll get into trouble, so I'll get reported. You know what I mean?
So congratulations, Phil, for saying that I need to not do such and such, but these people keep doing this, so I'm going to keep doing such and such. Congratulations, Phil.
It's that element is there, and it sucks because I know I'm a target, and I know, listen, I'm not stupid. I know that after today, I'll be a bigger target. When I come back on Sunday, you're going to have people literally coming in just to try to give me a hard time. So I'll read it and I'll get mad and I'll say something really stupid on Twitch that's going to get me in a violation situation again. All right. And I don't want to be there. I want to continue to be on Twitch,
So there you go. There's the little boy, yet again, who can't sit there and tell you, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to ignore it. He can't even tell you that. Grown man, 35, 36, who can't ignore a chat and do his damn job. He just told you that. What he did tell you is what he's concentrating on. Is he's waiting for the trolls to show up so he can deal it out. And he knows it's going to be his downfall, but he can't help it. Because he's still that scorned little boy who didn't get what he wanted. And this is the only way he can lash out. Great job, Phil. Great job. Thank you for going ahead and making the bullseye just that much bigger. Thank you, Phil, for going ahead and exposing all of your chips. Why don't you go ahead, Phil? And since I like playing poker, you've already lost. You could fold, but I'm just going to go ahead and take all the chips that are on your side. Go ahead and leave your cards face up. I already know what you have anyway, but just leave them face up and go ahead and sit in the corner over there. And I'm just going to take all your chips. I'm going to disperse it around everybody else over here. So all the real men can play. And you go ahead and sit in that corner when you have some more money, okay? Go ahead and see if Brightside Viking can wire you some more cash. this is the big boy table. You go and sit over there. Yeah, there you go. No. You don't get to take the drink with you, Phil. You just go and sit over there. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Right there. That chair right there, the blue one. Yeah, see that little Burger King crown? Yeah, that right there. Go ahead, Phil. You can put that on. Go ahead, sure. Help yourself. You're the king of your little table there. There you go. There you go. Good boy. Don't touch the TV. There you go. And the real men are going to play. When you're ready to come to the table, then you can come to the table. But guess when that's going to be, Phil? That won't be until you're kicked off Twitch. Okay? Good boy.
I need to get this stuff cleared up. Because the bottom line is, I think I like Twitch's policy. In regards to the fact that, a 90 days, is a good amount of time. It's not just 3 strikes you're out, But at the same time, I have to, make it so that I'm good for 90 days and I don't have a slip up, right? So getting back to just the facts of my conversation that I had with Twitch, I brought this up with my representative. I said, now listen, now thank you for clarifying everything that happened so I understand exactly what's going on. Thank you, so I know. But, and this is a big but, you've got to understand that I'm a person who's in a unique position because I get probably dozens, if not on some busy days, hundreds of people who consistently false report me for Twitch violations on a daily basis. I am the exception to the rule. If you don't believe me, look on YouTube at the insane amount of negativity about me. Most of it is completely unfounded, and most of this thing that does have a root in fact is stuff from the past or stuff that's so ridiculously blown out of proportion to try to make me look like a bad guy. Okay? And we're in a situation where, okay, maybe the regular Twitch streamer did something really bad, but you have to understand constantly people are always being negative to me. What do I do? I mean, is there a way to protect myself? Because the old, just report those people and get them banned from Twitch doesn't work. We got people coming in with bots that are spamming my viewers and telling my viewers I'm a horrible person. We've got people who come in and constantly try to nudge at me or get me to say something negative about people, right? We've got sneaky people who are trying to find ways around the basic rules. And let's face it, even when people get banned from Twitch, they're going to find another way to make another account. You can even IP ban them. They'll just use an IP, what do they call that? A VPN or whatever. You know what I mean? They'll change their IP. They'll find a way. It's not like, this is not a refined, robust system where we can really protect ourselves from this kind of behavior. That guy who goaded me into doing something stupid is not an anomaly. That's the norm for me on a daily basis. And so what I've actually been told is that moving forward, probably sometime in April, Twitch wants to sit down with me to seriously discuss this situation and try to work with me as a case study of how they can design solutions around negative, toxic behavior on Twitch. Because they don't want it. They want Twitch to be a clean website. They want it to be a place where you can go watch a streamer and you're not constantly bombarded with people insulting each other, with people, with racism, with sexual content. They want it to be a place where you can just go and enjoy,
Did he just say they're going to turn you into a case study? I almost missed that because I know you guys can't see it, but I'm watching on the actual chat go up on the side. And yeah, I'm looking at that over there. That's just hilarious. The chat's hilarious. Did you just say they're going to make you a case study? Jesus Christ, Phil. That's amazing. Okay, think about this for just a second. So, oh, it's amazing. So, Phil, your only usefulness to Twitch now is as a guinea pig? To test out human behavior on stream. And you don't see no problems with that, do you, Phil? As long as it's attention, and it's from your new overlord, Twitch, you're okay with it. You're okay that you have no real self-worth except for the fact that you can be used to further a business that you might not even be a part of. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. It really is. And the thing is, and what makes it even more amazing is he's okay with it. He thinks that makes him special. It's astounding. It really is.
Having social interactions with people, but also gameplay, all right? And that, they want it to be clean. And, I personally talked about this recently. on my streams, I said, you guys realize why Twitch changed the terms of service? It's because they just saw what happened with YouTube. Twitch took a look at YouTube and said, man, YouTube's got guys like Logan Paul who do whatever they want, right? And YouTube does really nothing about it. Oh, we'll suspend his ad revenue for a couple days or whatever. Then he's back, no real consequences. He's back to the same old crap, doing the same stuff. YouTube doesn't do much about it. Now, what happens? That negatively affects everyone on YouTube, because then advertisers say, I don't want to advertise on a website with a Logan Paul who can make these horrendous videos that are so irresponsible and terrible. And now YouTube ad revenue plummets. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, because Logan Paul in particular, which is something that happened after the YouTube adpocalypse, but that's just a case example of the stuff that happens on YouTube regularly. And what Twitch does not want that. Now, it's up to you to judge for yourself if you believe that Twitch's new terms of service are fair or if they're too strict. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to share the information with you of what happened to me, and to warn you guys that if you are someone who streams on Twitch, this can happen to you. This is a situation where someone can come into your stream chat, literally do whatever they want, get banned, and if you react to them in an insulting manner, you are going to be punished for it. Now, previously, maybe Twitch was a lot more lenient. They're not anymore. They're putting their foot down in regards to this kind of stuff. So what that means is, in regards to that stuff, if I see it, I won't even address it. I'm just going to ban. And that's it. I won't even say, wow, I gotta ban this idiot. If you guys notice, I'm distracted from the game for a second to go click something. That's probably what I'm doing. I'm just taking care of it, and I gotta get myself right back into the game and or interacting positively with you guys. And fair enough, that's what I should be focusing on regardless.
Now, what's the point of having moderators if you have to ban people yourself? Seriously, what's the point of all that? That's just stupid. That's just stupid. What's the point of you passing over and entrusting moderation responsibilities to somebody if they're not going to do it? All right. It just goes to show that it's just like the papacy back in the long olden days. You know what I'm saying? You want to be Pope. Back in the day, you could ask Argent, he'll tell you, you can pay for it. There's a couple of different popes who did. So, all right, whatever. Same thing. Being a moderator for Phil is if you pay enough money, you can get up in there. And like I said, it doesn't look like you really have to do much anything. So, that's learning more and more every day.
Should be focusing on making a positive stream that's entertaining for everyone. You don't need to know that some jerk came in and insulted me in the stream chat, right? You guys aren't every moment that I'm on a Twitch stream. You're not looking at the stream chat every possible moment, right? So maybe you don't even see the negativity. You don't need to see that. So in this regard, the situation is I will be back on Twitch on Sunday. All right, I'm about to now go into the segment where I'm going to explain to you my schedule and then what you can do to help, because this is a terrible time for this to happen to me right now, guys. You know, I've been talking, every single day about my current tax situation, all the crap going on. This is a horrendous time for this to be happening to me, real talk. So I'm going to let you know in a moment what's going on with that. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen schedule-wise with me, with videos, streaming, and the like? Well, tonight, it's already 8 p.m. By the time that I get this video uploaded to YouTube, and by the time that I did get the Far Cry 5 videos from earlier today uploaded to YouTube, it's going to be later. I'm not going to do any more gameplay tonight. It doesn't even make sense. All right? Tomorrow, Friday, was going to be my day off anyway. So tomorrow, Friday, I'm off. I'm not going to be doing any live streaming regardless. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is the batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 videos that were from last week are going to go live on Dspgaming, my YouTube channel, tomorrow. So in that regard, you're going to see a new batch of Far Cry tonight. You're going to see a new batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 on Friday, the 30th of March, on Dspgaming tomorrow. All right. Saturday, I've got to take a day. It's just going to be a weird day. No live streaming. I know that's weird. It's, I'm going to still be playing games, but it's going to be like it used to. Again, not my choice, but it's going to be like it used to, where I record.
Didn't you say you were going to take a half day to work on Axe the King and all that stuff anyway? So what are you talking about? Yet again, Phil, keep the lies straight. You said towards the beginning of this video, it was going to be a half day for you so you could take the rest of the day to do all your pre-recorded stuff for YouTube. Did you already forget?
The gameplay offline, not live stream, and I upload it to YouTube once I'm done. What is it going to be? Well, I'm changing everything, guys. What it's going to be, the first stream on Saturday will be Far Cry 5, and the second stream will be Ni no Kuni 2. So it's going to be a whole day of new release gameplay content that I'm recording and uploading to YouTube. All right. And
what do you mean streaming? You can't stream, remember? Are you okay, Phil? I feel like you can't keep your shit together. Do you mean videos that you're going to put up on YouTube? I think that's what you meant. You can't stream, remember? Can't stream till Sunday. Or do you know something that we don't know? Here, let me bring that back. I might have maybe I misheard that. Maybe I misheard that. I feel like he knows something we don't know.
tonight, it's already 8 p.m. By the time that I get this video uploaded to YouTube, and by the time that I did get the Far Cry 5 videos from earlier today uploaded to YouTube, it's going to be later. I'm not going to do any more gameplay tonight. It doesn't even make sense. All right. Tomorrow, Friday, was going to be my day off anyway. So tomorrow, Friday, I'm off. I'm not going to be doing any live streaming regardless. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is the batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 videos that were from last week are going to go live on Dspgaming, my YouTube channel, tomorrow. So in that regard, you're going to see a new batch of Far Cry tonight. You're going to see a new batch of Ultra Street Fighter 2 on Friday, the 30th of March, on Dspgaming tomorrow. All right. Saturday, I've got to take a day. It's just going to be a weird day. No live streaming. I know that's weird. It's, I'm going to still be playing games, but it's going to be like it used to. Again, not my choice, but it's going to be like it used to, where I record the gameplay, offline, not live stream, and I upload it to YouTube once I'm done. What is it going to be? Well, I'm changing everything, guys. What it's going to be, the first stream on Saturday will be Far Cry 5, and the second stream will be Ni no Kuni 2. So it's going to be
Did you guys just hear that? He just said that he can't stream. That he's not going to stream on Saturday, obviously, because he can't. But then he says in almost the next sentence that, I'm going to stream, my first stream will be this, and the second stream will be that. He has to mean that you have to mean, Phil, that you're going to put up videos that day, because you can't stream. Something's not right. Something's not right. I'm usually good at catching your bullshit, but even you messed up a little too fast. Something's not right here. All right, let's continue, because this is already going on a little too long. There's something not right here.
Whole day of new release gameplay content that I'm recording and uploading to YouTube. All right. And so that's just how it has to be. All right. Sunday, this suspension that I have is not going to be released until the middle of the day, a real oddball time, like 3 p.m. or something like that. And obviously, I'm not just going to start an oddball stream. What I'm going to do probably is I'm going to try to have an early dinner that day. Eat a little bit on the earlier side.
So look at that check.
And in regards to, the situation that, I'm facing, what I will do is I will stream later. So normally my Sunday stream would have been, 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, I was going to change my schedule starting on Sunday, that I was going to stream earlier. Well, this is all screwed up now. Can't happen. So what I will do is I'll start streaming on the earlier side, all right? Maybe, I don't know. Let's make a rough estimation. Let's say I'm going to start streaming 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, and I'll stream for 3 hours, all right? 3 hours of gameplay, maybe 4. We'll see how it goes. What will I be streaming? Ultra Street Fighter 2. So for those who love my fighting game content, who want to come back, they want to see fun stuff, right? They want to come back. So first stream back, Phil's playing a game he's great at. There's going to be a lot of stream interaction. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's the way to do it. So Ultra Street Fighter 2, 5 p.m. Sunday, Pacific time, on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DarkSidePhil. All right? Fair enough? That way also, if there's an issue where the stream doesn't, or the suspension doesn't get lifted immediately, I have time to work with my contact at Twitch and get it all removed in time for the stream to go live at 5. Okay? Monday will be a normal streaming day, but my schedule is changing. As I said, I was supposed to be rolling back in regards to my stream times. I was supposed to be rolling back to where it was going to be an hour and 15 minutes earlier. So starting Monday, my first gameplay stream, all right, will be Far Cry 4, and that's going to begin at 10:15 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, and that'll run roughly to around 3:34 p.m. Pacific time. So you'll still get the same 4 hours of gameplay you always got, but it'll start a little bit earlier. All right. Monday night, that gameplay stream is going to be Ni no Kuni 2. That's going to start roughly around 6:15 p.m. Pacific time. Used to be 7:30. I'm rolling it back an hour and 15 minutes. All right. So everything on Monday will be earlier than it used to be. A lot of things are changing right now. Now that I'm coming back from, a suspension or whatever, now it makes sense to change schedule and everything so everyone can get used to the new stuff. Fair enough. So, Sunday, I come back 5 p.m. Pacific time, Ultra Street Fighter 2. Monday, I return with Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni, but the streams are earlier than usual, starting at 10:15 a.m. and then 6:15 p.m. All right? And then we play it by ear this week. Let's see how things go. Continuing on with Far Cry and Ni no Kuni, hopefully getting, further into those games. And FYI, this week, I already had this set up. I talked about it on pre-stream this morning. This was my girlfriend's idea. This week's my birthday. You guys might not realize this Friday, a week from tomorrow, is my birthday, April 6th. And so what I was already planning on doing on April 6th was having a big event where it would be all multiplayer games so I could interact a lot with you guys during that day.
Interesting thing about that whole birthday situation. So he brought up his aunt earlier this week, I think. She had passed away, I guess, and which R.I.P. to her. And Phil brought her up to drum up sympathy, even though he says in the following sentence that he wasn't that close to her. But I think, as well as others, but I think that was the same aunt that used to rent his condo from him. So I guess while she was doing all that falling and hurting herself, and she couldn't pay half the rent anymore, I guess she was no use to him. But it was interesting how he brought that up in conjunction with the fact that his birthday's coming up too. So, good job there, Phil. Just goes to show, even the dead aren't safe.
And it would be a big holiday event where I'm doing Ultra Street Fighter 2 and PUBG, and I'm trying to basically see how much support I can get in regards to my upcoming tax situation that's coming up in April. All right. Now, that being said, that's still happening. Plus, this week, my girlfriend gave me this idea. She says, on our day off, why don't we just go and grab a few cheap party decorations, and then right here, in behind the scenes on the streams for the week, why don't you hang a couple, party streamers, have a little horn that you can blow, in particular if something crazy happens in a game, or if someone does a really nice big contribution on a stream, you can blow the horn in celebration of, the contributions that people are giving you and stuff like that as part of the shout out.
That's sad.
And I was like, this is a great idea. Why not? It's no additional work for me. It's festive. People really loved when I decorated everything for Christmas back during December. So why on earth wouldn't I do that, right? Why wouldn't I go ahead and do that? It makes sense, all right? So that's what I'm going to do this week. When I come back from streaming, it's going to be festive. You're going to see decorations. It's going to be fun stuff, interactivity. It's going to be a fun week, all leading to this big birthday, April 6th celebration stream where basically I try to help my situation. Now, you may be saying, what is this situation? I'm only here for the drama. I don't know what's going on with Phil or whatever. Sadly, this suspension couldn't have come at a worse time. And this is real talk for you with you guys. Coming in April are 3 big tax payments that I owe. One is for back taxes for the state of Washington for business taxes, because I was supposed to be paying them for 3.5 years and didn't, because my old accountant, who is no longer my accountant, didn't do his job properly. All right? This stinks, because I'm in a situation here where I was trying to raise as much funds as possible to pay these taxes in April, and now I've got all day Saturday. Today, obviously, my day was thrown off. All day Saturday and a screwed up Sunday, right, where I can't make any money streaming at all. Zero. I can't make any money because this happened to me. Okay? And now I'm going to be coming back on Sunday and into Monday. Stream schedule is going to be different. Everything's going to be thrown off. So now I'm nervous. I'm seriously nervous. I was already nervous before this happened. Now I'm super nervous. What happens if, I don't make any money for 3 days, which I'm not. I'm not going to make any money on Twitch whatsoever for 3 days. I come back on Sunday, Monday, and now people are all discombobulated because they didn't expect that I'd be streaming at weird times or whatever, right? And now people don't show up. It's going to be horrible. So what I can say, guys, is a couple things. Number one, please spread the word about the schedule changes and everything so people are aware. Obviously, you can't spread the word in my Twitch chat because my Twitch chat is gone until the suspension's up. But if you could let people know on social media or whatever, on my website, thekingofhate.com, just let people in general know what the hell is going on so they're not in the dark and think that I'm gone forever. I'm not. This is just another suspension that's going to be lifted. And, I'm going to come back stronger. I'm going to come back wiser and not do stuff like that anymore.
Didn't you say that the first time around? You were going to come back stronger and smarter and all that bullshit? You came back just as lazier and as stupid as you were, if not worse. All right.
But it just stinks that the way it happened, I didn't get to tell people before the channel got suspended that it was getting suspended and what happened, so people would know what was going on. There's people right now who probably will never watch this video on YouTube. They'll have no idea what's going on and just hope that my channel eventually comes back. And some people may never come back. This is what happens when this kind of stuff goes down, is that some people might think, well, Phil's banned from Twitch permanently and never even come check the channel out again, which is not the case. It sucks. So please, if you can, spread the word. Now, if you are a big fan, fan of my stuff, and you obviously are supportive and you're pissed off about what just happened, like I am, there's a few things you can do. What I'm actually going to do here is just basically turn them into text. All right? The first thing you can do is pledge to my Patreon, although there's not much time left to do that. If you're going to pledge to my Patreon for March, you have to do it by the end of this month, which means you literally have 2 days left. You have tomorrow. That's funny.
That's funny. If you had just listened to what I told you, Phil, you wouldn't have to be in full-blown panic like this. Now it's 2 days left. You got to get Patreon back up. You might want to throw a little blue pill over the Patreon too, then shit. If you were just... I'm not here to question your intelligence. It's just, Jesus Christ, this is so bad. It's so bad. Like, you literally have to wait till your back is against the wall to do anything to help yourself. It's so sad. It really is. It's just so damn sad. Your parents didn't teach you shit. Life didn't teach you shit. Failure damn sure didn't teach you shit. It's amazing you know how to walk and breathe at the same time. It really is. Jesus.
And Saturday, and that's it. If you don't do it by then it's going to count for the next month, which isn't going to help me that much, and it won't help you because you won't get your perks for the month. Check it out at patreon.com/darksidephil. That's number one. Number two, during this time when I'm not live streaming, I know it sucks, you can still leave me a tip. All right? Tipping is really the best way that you can help me out right now. Reason being is because, ladies and gentlemen, I get tips right away. It's stuff that it will help me immediately to pay these taxes, and I'm not going to get any tips now because I'm not live streaming today, tomorrow, Saturday, half of Sunday, and the schedule's screwed up for Monday. So who knows what's going to happen this week? All right? The link you see on your screen, if you enter that into any browser, will bring you to my tips page where you can leave a tip for me, or if you leave a tip with a message, when I return to live streaming, I will give you a shout out for it. I'll have a big pre-stream celebration on Sunday when I come back and say, here's all the people who were supportive when I wasn't able to stream. I'll still give you a shout out for your contributions via tips. All right. Now, obviously, the other thing is Teespring. Everyone knows about Teespring. I'm just going to toss that up there. If you want to buy a nice shirt or whatever, I get commission from that. But I think right now, directly, the best ways to help would be the ones at the bottom of your screen, either Patreon or tipping me right now to get through this tough time.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. He threw the link up and then he took it immediately down.
Yeah, this is the worst. If this had happened during normal time,
But see, don't you guys feel like the nostalgia? This was just like when he used to be back on Twitter. I mean, back on YouTube only, and just begging, just pleading and shit every day. It feels like it's like you never left. It really is. Well, Phil, you may have not have done a lot of stuff in life right, but at least you got that part right. The nostalgia is definitely well warranted. That's for sure.
Is it a setback? Yes. But is it a world crippling? Oh my God, I'm worried setback? No, it's a few days that I'm suspended.
Didn't you just say you were nervous? You were really nervous. You were nervous, really nervous. Jesus, Phil, stick to the story.
from Twitch. My problem now is I'm in a situation where I would needed to raise as many funds as I possibly could in a short period of time because my taxes are due in the middle of April, and now for 3 days I can't raise any money on stream because of this thing that happened. Okay? So, guys, if you want to help, you absolutely can if you use those links. All right, either Patreon or going to that page on Muxy and tipping me. In advance, thank you to anyone who goes out of their way to do that. I do appreciate that. You know, your support in times like this are the reason I'm still here. How many times have I come to you with a special video alert? This happened. YouTube false copyright strikes. You know, views are way down on YouTube because they changed the algorithm on YouTube. That YouTube apocalypse has happened, and now I can't pay my bills, which was horrendous. I got DDoS attacked. I got swatted. You know, so many horrendous things. This is just another one. A person comes into my stream purposely to bait me into doing something that's out of character. I do it, and I get punished for it. Okay, you know, that is violation of Twitch's terms of service. But it happens at the worst possible time when I needed to be working every day over, you know. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter. Like my Twitch, my YouTube videos are what they are. You know, I know for a fact my YouTube viewership has dwindled because I've been focusing way more on Twitch in particular. So I know that not as many people go and even watch me on YouTube anymore.
Then you kind of wasted your time with this, didn't you?
So yeah, it's okay, because for 3 days I'll still be able to put my gameplay videos on YouTube like I always have. That's not going to be an issue affected here. The issue is going to be no live streaming revenue for 3 days is horrible at the very time when I need to really push and crunch to raise funds to pay these taxes. It sucks. All right? And you know, I've already talked about it on stream a million times. I don't want to go into detail about it again. It's just terrible that the actions of a guy who was irresponsible, who didn't do his job for 3.5 years and basically stole thousands of dollars from me, telling me that he was doing stuff right and didn't do it, that now I could lose my house at the end of this year.
He didn't get you banned off Twitch, Phil.
Because of this guy. I worked 10 years, man, 10 years. I worked my butt off to get where I am, and, you know, I'm only human. I make mistakes, and when I make a mistake, I'm willing to step up and say, you know what, I did it. And this is a case, 100%. I shouldn't have said what I said on stream. I don't ever think it's ever going to happen again.
Yeah, it will. It's not a matter that you make mistakes, Phil. It's that you keep making mistakes. And you keep making the same mistakes. And then you keep finding ways to make new mistakes. That's what your problem is. It's not a matter of people making mistakes. We all make mistakes. Shit. It's kind of the part of life in general. The thing is you make mistakes that you've already made. And yet you find another way to keep doing it. And making them progressively worse. That's your problem. You're that kid who constantly keeps burning himself on the stove and blames everybody for you being burnt. But then you go back and keep burning yourself, though. You're burning, you know, you burned all your fingers, you burnt all your toes, you burned you burned other limbs and elbows and shit and all kinds of crazy stuff. And yet it's nobody's fault but your own. You want to say now that, you know, I've made mistakes, but the thing is you keep making mistakes. So how sorry are you if you're going to make the same mistake next week? Think about that the next time before you make another mistake, which you will inevitably.
However, I do know what's going to end up happening is people are going to start coming to streams and just being completely nasty to me constantly to try to get a rise out of me, and I fully expect that. And, you know, just to forewarn everyone who comes to my streams on Twitch when I'm back, that's going to happen. You know, it's a result of this whole situation, and there's nothing I can do to prevent it.
How about you just ignore it?
Like I said, Twitch says they want to work with me as a test case to analyze what's actually going on when these people come onto my streams and see if they can do anything to negate that or help me with it moving forward. So maybe there will be a silver lining to all of this. Right now, I'm not seeing it, but maybe eventually there will be a silver lining.
Phil, you're a case study. You're not supposed to see the results. The results will be for the wider audience. See, he doesn't understand what it's like to be a guinea pig. Phil, you're the experiment. And from what they learn from you, they'll use that to better everybody else, especially the people at the top. You get chucked into the trash. Just in case you didn't know.
Where now Twitch says, okay, we're going to prevent this, and maybe I won't have so many people harassing me anymore, And, you know, for 90 days, I can just not have any stupid drama in the stream chat and just have fun streaming and having fun with video games and you guys again, which is all I ever wanted to begin with, was to be with you guys and have fun on stream, not to turn it into a dramatic thing where I'm getting insulted every 5 seconds. I gotta ban people. I gotta react to. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of that. That's not what I'm on Twitch for. I'm not there to create drama and get drama views. I just want to play games and have fun and share those experiences with you guys. And the fact that we have nights like now that this happens and I can't cheer that, it kills me. That right now I'm not streaming Ni no Kuni 2 like I was supposed to be doing because I got baited. I got trolled and baited, and you got me. I take the L, as they say. I screwed up, and, you know, I got to learn from it and move on. But now what do I do with 3 days of lost revenue when, you know...
You sit on your ass in the corner and you learn from the mistake. That's what you do. See, Phil, you think that there's some type of sympathy that's going to be drawn for you for this. It's not. The moment that you sat there and started trying to take down detractor channels or detractor videos, which you've been doing that since your times at Machinima, you could very well say you've entered into a blood feud and whatnot. It is what it is. And the thing is the thing that bothers Phil the most is that he knows it'll never go away. And for a lot of reasons, there's a lot of reasons why it won't. But the thing is that hurts Phil the most is he knows he can never do anything to stop it. At all. All the underhanded tricks don't work. All the false flags and shit, you know what I'm saying? All the bullshit truths and olive branches and shit don't work. None of that stuff works. He's going to be a victim for the rest of his days. And it is what it is. And he can't do anything about it. And he can't do anything about it because he wasn't smart enough. He didn't have enough common sense. He didn't have enough foresight to try to be a decent human being or try to mend a lot of those bridges and stuff early on. He was on top. He was making a bunch of money. He had his little, she wasn't underage, but he had his really young ass girlfriend, and he thought he was the man. His young ass maid. I like that better. He thought he was the man. That's until he came up against a group of men who were willing to come together for a common cause. You can't even get your fan base to do that. There's too much infighting amongst them. You can't even coordinate a proper attack. And then what you're doing is starting to go against their own morale, which is even more funny how they're willing to go ahead and take down videos and do this, that, and the third, and put people within their own community in the harm's way. Some of them are anyway. And yet some of them are looking at what you did with that 11-year-old and are like, you know what, I got to release this. It's amazing how fickle and how mind-fucked in a lot of ways your community is, Phil. Absolutely extraordinary. It really is. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting there shitting on anybody for doing the right thing. It's just, if that person, for example, who released those, released the leaks, if he or she thought that releasing those somehow clears their conscience, it doesn't. Because I can only imagine what you've done before that. But that doesn't mean what you did wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to find comfort in some way, shape, or form.
Now I can't stream for 3 days. That's what I'm worried about. So if you guys really, want to see me succeed and keep doing what I'm doing, you love the videos on YouTube, you love the live streaming changes that I made to Twitch, and you want to see it keep going, this is how you can help right now. Because right now, I'm dead in the water, making less than half what I normally do for 3 days because of the fact that I can't stream on Twitch because of what happened. Okay, guys? I'll be back, like I said, on Sunday night with nice birthday decorations and everything on my daily streams. And like I said, this is all building new content and new games all week until finally this Friday, April 6th, my birthday. And then we'll have a fun interactive stream with Ultra Street Fighter 2 and PUBG. And hopefully, I will be in a situation where I'm a lot better off and I don't have to worry about this nonsense anymore and I can get past the tax hurdle and everything, Really, I just want to have fun with you guys every day. It's all it's ever been about, is just having fun with you guys every single day. And that's what I want to keep doing. I don't want to have these ridiculous things happening around me that make me do stupid stuff on stream. You know what I mean? Like, the bottom line is, if it weren't for all the crap that happens to me as a result of other people, I would never be in any trouble anyway. The last time I got suspended was because some stupid negative crap that I couldn't control happened, and it made me do something wrong. The same thing here. Some jerk comes into the stream chat and goads me in and got my goat, and here I go and I do something wrong. You know, if it could just be you and me hanging out on stream every day, playing games and having fun, and erasing the crap, the negativity, that's what I want.
Good luck to you, Phil. Good luck to you. I don't know how long that's going to last, but...
But we got a long ways to get there, and Twitch wants to help. I think, if anything, the moral of the story is Twitch isn't looking to be a villain and looking to be someone who has to point down that you violated the rules and chastise you and talk to you like you're a little child. They're not like that at all. In fact, the complete opposite. When I was on the phone with this guy today, it was much more that he just wants to work with me to make sure that violations don't happen moving forward. And I explained to him, then I need your help, because my stream's out of control. Just go at any daily stream that I do on Twitch, and you got people bombarding the chat, you got people talking negatively all over social media, you got people illegally ripping the stream and putting it on YouTube, spinning it to say I did stuff that I didn't do. They're clipping stuff that happens on my streams and purposely misnaming the clips to make it act like I did something wrong that doesn't even happen in the clip, or take it out of context by taking a part of a clip out of context. You know, it's bad. It's so bad. And I think if Twitch really is serious about this and takes my case as a test case to move forward positively and say, how can we stop this kind of stuff from happening and make Twitch less toxic, it's only going to benefit everyone in the long run. But the question is that going to happen? How long will it take? And is there going to be another instance here, you know, where I slip up and I screw up again, and now I get banned from Twitch permanently, which I hope wouldn't happen. Like I said, it's very extenuating circumstances when that happens. Or God forbid, you know, I get suspended again. I mean, this is 72 hours, so you guys can imagine, I'm sure the next one will be way longer than 72. Now, a week where I can't stream, or, you know what I mean? A hypothetical, but now you're talking...
It won't be a week, it'll be a month.
Talking real bad...
It should be a month, I should say.
...situation, where now I can't make money on streams for a week. That's horrendous. A week without work? What am I going to do? You know, go rob a bank? Can't do that. I'm certainly not going to do that. That's immoral and a bad idea. And I would never do so, you know, anything illegal. So, you know.
So robbing kids and taking taking their money is okay, but you won't rob a bank. All right.
Can't do that. I'm certainly not going to do that. That's immoral and a bad idea. And I would never do so, you know, anything illegal. So, you know, what else am I supposed to do? I can't keep constantly, when stuff like this crap happens, I can't constantly have to keep coming back to you guys and saying, help, because you guys are the reason why I have succeeded as long as I have. But I don't want to constantly be doing this. I don't. I want to be in a situation where things are good. And the bottom line is, if this tax situation didn't happen to me, we would have been good all year 2018 so far. Between YouTube and Twitch, I'm able to take care of all of my financial responsibilities behind the scenes, and I have no issues. I actually got myself out of the hole that I was in by adapting my Twitch presence to be more interactive and to do more positive stuff with you guys on a daily basis. I'm in a better position now. And then that crap happens with the taxes. So if I can get out of this tax situation by the end of this year, now we're talking a thing where I don't have to do, tip me or whatever all the time anymore. It could just be, you come to the stream, you know those things exist, I'll do a quick plug for each one each time, and then we move on to the gameplay, right? No more, super long pre-streams with crazy amounts of plugs and stuff like that.
That'll never end, though, because like I said, what he wants at the end of the day is he wants you guys to pay his bills. He wants you guys to pay his taxes. He wants you guys to take care of his car note. He really expects for you guys to take care, or his fan base, I should say, to take care of everything. And then all the YouTube and Twitch money is just his. Everything else is through donations and Teespring. Or not Teespring, but donations and Patreon, and really just donations. Like if Phil could get 1,000 subscribers a month, he'd be straight. I mean, he's theoretically all right now, but he would definitely be straight with like 1,000 subscribers. But that's what the end game is for you guys to pay for every single thing. And then Twitch and YouTube's money, meaning what he gets from ads and all that stuff, that all goes to him. That's what the end game is. The end game is for you guys to pay for every single thing. And that's what he's hoping for.
I don't want that, but I'm in a situation where I have to do it. So please, if you want to help, right below, Patreon, or tipping me via that link on Muxy. I'll be back on Sunday night with Ultra Street Fighter 2. In the meantime, this video obviously is live on YouTube. Far Cry 5 videos are going live on YouTube tonight. Friday, Ultra Street Fighter 2 is going live. Saturday, there will be new exclusive to YouTube Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni 2 videos that you can watch. And then I'll be back on Sunday with Ultra Street Fighter 2, and then on Monday with earlier normal streams of Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni 2. And hopefully I see you all on Monday. Or Sunday night, I guess I should say. If you can be there Sunday night for the Street Fighter, great. If not, I hope to see you back to usual, kind of a normal kind of a schedule starting on Monday. All right? Thank you, everyone, for listening. Sorry they took so long. There was a lot to talk about.
All right,
thank you, as always,
Jesus
guys,
Christ,
for your
that was long.
overwhelming amount of...
Okay, so Jesus Christ, that was long. That was long as hell. I wasn't expecting it to be that long, but it was long. All right, guys. So there we go. First things first. As we close up, as for the case study, if you knew anything about case studies, Phil, it always starts with the individual before they start to branch out. So you need to look deep within yourself and find out what the problem is, which is exactly what Twitch will eventually do. Second, there's no guarantee that you will benefit from that case study. They'll just use what they find from you to help better others. You are just a sacrificial lamb or pig. Pig sounds better. You're just a sacrificial pig. That's all you're worth. So you won't even see anything that comes out of that. You'll be gone way before that, and that'll be your fault, not Twitch's. Second, whichever. He may have just been talking about early on when I was saying that something didn't sound right. It may have just been him talking about putting the videos up, and he just throwing streaming up there instead because he misses it so much. But it is what it is. I will wait to see your thoughts on the comment section below. We will do a follow-up to this video, obviously, when he comes back, and that should be great. And there we go. This right here is the Twitch ban saga part 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Networking Productions. Thank you very much for listening in. I am GTG, your anchor/host, and I'm signing off in the broadcast. All right, so now we just wait for him to come back. Should be interesting, I'm sure.
I just heard the news. My heart's broken. I was going to tell you, come shovel my drive, but the snow's melting. I guess you can come cut my lawn. That's only going to be $5, but it's $5 more than you'll probably ever earn playing video games again. Hey, seriously, you didn't have a backup plan? What are you, fucking almost 38 years old? You didn't have a fucking backup plan? Who in their fucking right mind don't have a backup plan when they do YouTube? And obviously, listen, when you resort to begging for people to pay your taxes, you should have a backup plan. That's kind of an idea. Let's say we'll have a backup plan. Okay, you don't have one. It's your own fucking fault. So maybe Twitch wised up and said, you know what? Fuck this guy. Maybe they said, you know what? Fuck this clown. You should have had a backup plan. You got no one to blame but your fucking self. Fuck. God, who doesn't have a backup plan when they know YouTube isn't even? I mean, listen, they know the online shit, especially having a failing business like yourself. I mean, your content is fucking horrible. Even children don't like it. Who doesn't have a fucking backup plan? Then again, you do play children's games. There you go. Just saying. Oh, by the way, to my fans out there, I'm going to start Twitch here pretty soon. Boom, boom, boom.